It's going to be very hot. It's going to be very uncomfortable for everybody.
You're gonna slide down them big hills, you know what I mean, on the big, nice burgundy snowboard.
All right, here we go again. We're back in the booth at the Bomb Hole, which is presented by Pub Beer. Now, first things first. Stony Buds, how are we doing today?
So good, my dog.
Love that. Now, to my left, we got Axell Hodges in the booth. Axell, how are we doing?
We are doing good, my dog.
Love that. Love that. Now, for the listeners that are unfamiliar with what you do, because we're a snowboard podcast, Axell rides dirt bikes for a living. He's one of the most badass dudes on the planet riding those things. X Games medals. He makes videos. You got to see the Slayground. He's got his own compound, the goddamn motocross park. I don't even know what the hell you call it, but it's incredible.
We call it trails.
Trails, exactly. Yes. And he's a freerider. So that's the term. Not a racer, not a freestyle. He's a freerider. But first things first, what we got to talk about is that you rip on a snowboard.
I guess. I grew up snowboarding. My older brothers, they rip harder than me on a snowboard, but yeah, I snowboard a little bit.
I was nerding out watching the footage. I was watching some dirt bike videos, and then you and Tyler Bereman were riding Bear, and I seen you serve up the like back three cork deals.
Yeah, I don't know what to call it. Whenever I spin, I seem to go off my like front foot. I go nollie because I skate regular and I snowboard goofy. So whenever I pop, I go nollie like back three, and then I try to do a backflip, and it turns into some cork front flip, cork three, whatever it is. Yeah.
So sick. You guys seem like you're having fun on your snowboard.
Oh, yeah. It's so fun. It's like riding dirt bikes. Yeah.
So you, Bereman, who else? Anybody else in Moto likes to ride dirt bikes?
That likes to snowboard?
Or snowboard, sorry.
Any dirt bikers like to ride dirt bikes?
I mean, off the top of my head, I can't really think of anyone else that rides dirt bikes that I snowboard with besides Tyler.
Who's better, you or Bereman?
Bereman's got more of like techie, more jibby guy. I like to hit the jumps more, so I could hit a bigger jump than him.
Those the big park jumps and Mammoth and stuff.
I've hit the bottom of Unbound a couple of times.
Nice.
Just jacket flapping, like
Sick.
straight air.
You know what term that they don't use in snowboarding is OJ.
OJ, really?
Yeah, it's not a snowboard
I have no
term.
idea what that means.
Yeah, I usually knuckle.
But OJ, for the snowboarders that are unfamiliar, it's overjumping.
Overjumping.
Yeah, when you overshoot. I guess they call it overshooting. You guys call it OJ.
Either or.
Yeah.
OJ,
Yeah.
I
Like I OJ'd the bottom jump.
Because it happens a lot on a dirt bike, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather OJ something than knuckle something.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Especially dirt bike jumps when they're nice, steep and round. You don't want to go 120 to a knuckle.
Yeah.
Just when you break your wrist and bad things happen.
Dude, you guys are, I have to say, you guys are psychotic because I was watching you and Tyler ride your Slayground zone, and you guys are both hitting like I want to say like the quad, something where you had to like really hammer it like on after your setup jump, and you cased, and you guys are all like, oh, like I'm like, dude, you almost just died.
Yeah, I don't know. That's when it's fun though. Even you snowboard, when you're getting scared, that's the most fun thing. And when Tyler comes around, we both like to hit big jumps, and then we're just trying to one-up each other. So then we're like scared, and we laugh like girls. We usually around that. Yeah,
so good. Well, growing up, early days. Didn't you grow up? I heard a rumor you grew up next to McGrath, maybe, and he was kind of like a childhood mentor.
Yeah, MC, like he lived a mile down the road, and then when I was born, he was friends with my dad, and that's all I knew. I'd go riding with MC. I thought it was normal. So I knew who he was and how sick he was. So I've always wanted to be like him, but pretty grateful that dude grew up a mile down the road and I got to learn from the best.
That's so dope. Yeah. So you're kind of a SoCal kid. So it's like, seemed like you skate, snowboard, moto. You kind of do it all.
Yeah. My older brothers did it all. So growing up there, they have it all. I grew up going to YMCA skate camp, BMX camp. And then we grew up with a condo in Mammoth that my grandpa owned, so my brother competed in snowboarding, so we would always go snowboarding growing up every Christmas, go shred, and kind of did a little bit of it all.
And then stuck with the dirt bike, and then a lot of people, I don't know if they know, like you had a racing background, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I got hurt at a young age, so I didn't start racing until I was 14, but when I was 14, I never really raced, so I entered the C class and started doing all the amateur nationals, and then that lasted until I was like 18. Started doing whip contests and messing around and hitting big jumps, and
Yeah, what was
kinda
it?
took off
What
into
was
that.
it? That's what I want to know. Like, what took you out of racing and into like the free ride scene?
What took me out of that from racing to free ride was I was racing. I was doing good in C class, even B class. I was doing pretty good. But then I got to A class and just started getting pounded on and not having fun. I had more fun messing around with Twitch and stuff and going hitting jumps and learning how to do big whips. So like doing that stuff. And I started doing whip contests at a Monster Energy Cup where I was racing the All-Star class and I just got smoked. But then I got second or third in the best whip contest that night. Made money, had fun. I'm like, this is way cooler. So just since then, I got invited to X Games and kind of went that route. And then with social media and Instagram, that was kind of evolving as I was racing and coming out of high school and stuff like that. So I was all over it. I've always made videos, and that just kind of helped me with social media, and it's just fun to me. I like making videos, hitting jumps, and putting music over it.
Totally. Yeah.
And racing's expensive too, right?
Yeah, it's so much money that you got to have, like, if you're doing the thing, you got like 8 bikes, stock mods, practice bikes, and everything. You're breaking those things because you're riding them so hard every day. You're not just hitting jumps and coasting around and hitting it again. You're wide open all day on those things, bringing them out. So you go through bikes a lot more than racing.
And you won money quick, right? Run that whip, so you're like, let's do this.
Yeah, I got some money. Bikes are fresh, and yeah, it was just way more fun. Didn't have to train as hard, you know. Got to go have fun with my friends, and it was a lot cooler.
Yeah, I like the PH quote. I was watching that X Games being video, and he said something like your dad. He was like, the racers spend $100,000 to make 10, and then you were spending 10 to make 100 or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a good quote. When you started switching over to do whips and all that. Yeah, it's kind of a cool thing to talk about when you switched over to doing more whips and free riding. And it seems like in motorsports and dirt bikes specifically, like the way people made their living is your results based. Like you have to be basically winning races, really. And then in skateboarding and snowboarding, you know, the rider of the year, skater of the year, whatever it is, a lot of times most of them don't even compete, you know, and it's like, it's all about video projects and videos and stuff. Do you feel like kind of like Moto started to maybe take a page out of skateboarding a little bit with the videos and stuff?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's more riders now that are making videos and doing stuff like that, and that are kind of come from BMX and skate backgrounds like that. So I think that's helping us be able to be more like skateboarding that, and having other riders doing videos too. You can't just be one dude making videos all the time. It takes we need a lot more free riders so this thing can be a sport and make it work. And yeah, from skateboarding, I watch skate parts all the time and get hyped up and want to go make something like that on my dirt bike. So that definitely inspires a lot of us dirt bike riders.
So dope. Yeah, you got to watch, if anybody's listening to this, you got to watch the Slayground videos. They're fucking insane. And that being said too, like there's kind of, it seemed like to me there was like freestyle like Moto, where it's like a lot of like backflips, and they're doing like all kinds of like kicking their legs off the bike and like kind of double flip, flare. Like it's like you got to do this like crazy acrobatic kind of like aerial stunt kind of thing on the dirt bikes. But it seems like you guys are taking a direction where it's just the shit, like the style is a much bigger factor with the whips and the shit like that, right?
Yeah. We're generally hitting bigger jumps that you wouldn't want to go do a double backflip off of. So it's kind of all you can do is have style off it and try to make it look good and clean. And yeah, I don't know. There's just so much you could do with it that hasn't already been done. Like that's why I like to do all the wheelie landings and stuff like that, because I like to do new stuff. I don't want to be just another guy doing a Superman backflip, and it's like kind of like it's been done. So that's where I try to do new stuff all the time, just to kind of, I don't know, I don't want to do the same thing all the time. So try to keep adding and finding new avenues, and that's what people want to see. They want to see fresh stuff. They want to see repetition all the time. So
Totally.
I was
Yeah,
just
it's just a
watching
little different.
Slayground 3, and I was tripping. It looks more like a snowboard park in there with mani pads and wall rides. And
yeah, well,
Pretty sick.
I just like to do nose wheelies and wheelies all the time. So
Yeah.
that's kind of more my style. But yeah, that's like kind of something I like. Like, yeah, make it like a slope style course. Where
Yeah,
you're
it
not
looks
just
like
hitting
that.
ramp after ramp. You could do wall ride. You can hit a manual box. You could land this in a nose wheelie, and I don't know.
How
And
many
a quarter
tries did
pipe.
that heli line take?
That heli line actually took a while because there was just so much stuff in it, and I'm pretty particular when I want to get a good line. I want it to look good too. So like I did a couple and it didn't look that good. And I'm like, all right, run it back. So probably did that, I think like 14 times or something. And I was wearing a windbreaker that day because I forget why. I was just sweating my ass off and finally got it good enough. I'm like, screw it, that's it. Let's go with that. But yeah, that took a while.
So
That was really all one line then.
Yeah, it was all one line, and it was gnarliest line I ever hit. If you're standing there, those jumps are scary. So I was just trying not to think about it and just kind of do.
Yeah,
There's
just
no way to
jump after
roll
jump.
them. Like when you have just like grass or sagebrush or whatever in the middle, it's just like wedge and a landing. There's like no way to test it. It looks like.
Yeah, that's especially when it was all fresh. Of like we were carving into all the brush and stuff, and we wanted to keep it so it looks cool. Like you're jumping through like a BMX line or something, and you can't go anywhere else. So yeah, I was like test jumping them, landing in bushes and stuff, trying to like size them up and stuff. So the most part, I just had to hit all that stuff and hope I was going deep enough. So
I always wondered that, like, how do you get to the point where something's like 140 feet and or whatever you're like, yeah, this speed feels right, but you guys are going so far, or even
I don't
up and down.
Just from doing it enough, I've hit enough big jumps now. You kind of know the speed and the gear you should be in now. And just, I don't know, it just takes time. Kind of like snowboarding. It's completely different. You guys know that roll speed. We just know that throttle hit just from doing it so much and muscle memory and just trusting yourself.
True. That's wild. One thing I do want to talk about that fucking was insane was the backflip to wheelie that you did in Slayground 3. How was that?
That was good. The one I did in Slayground 3, I did one recently that was on like a true 75. It just has like a longer landing, but in Slayground I have this super kicker going over my quarter pipe landing that's like 30 feet tall. Excuse me. I got this quarter pipe landing that's 30 feet tall, and the super kicker sits way down. It's kind of like a step up, but it's kicky. So it was a good landing because you weren't falling out of the sky. And I forgot how many tries that took me. It took me one day. I couldn't get it. And then I got it like the next day. And then it was a good feeling. Right. That one kind of stunk though, because there's a berm after and I landed it and I could only go so far and had to let it down. And the other one I got now, there's just a highway after it and it feels so good to just stick at 75 and just keep going.
Yeah, coming down like you're basically like over flipping almost.
You don't want to over flip it. You more want to like under flip it because I have a throttle. You want to like under flip it, then at the last minute give it a nice
yank on it.
Yeah, and just nice throttle. Yeah,
and then,
I did it one day on a stock bike, and I had to flip, click third gear mid flip, and then do the landing because my second gear was too tight. And then I brought a bike to Pro Circuit, and Mitch dialed me in with his motor that rips. And then I went back the next day and just did one first try, second gear. Just like, all right, I'm not going to do that again because it's going to take me all day. But
so it had enough bark. To
yeah, just that second gear because
yeah.
all the forced landing, you need power to like keep the front tire up. And with the motor, I could tell so much that I just stayed up and kind of was like a longer of a transmission feeling, so you didn't have to shift as quick. So definitely helps having a motor.
I didn't know you guys. I didn't know that like you guys freeride guys like fucked with any motor work or anything. I thought it was like more suspension stuff.
Usually don't. For the ramps, like whip contests, you want a stock 450 because if you mod a 450 and 75 foot ramp, you're gonna over jump it so much. So ramps, you want like a stock bike, but I don't know, big jumps, desert, all that stuff. I like having a motor. Quarter pipe too. Last year I had a stock motor. So this year I want to come in with some sauce and see how high I can go off that thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Insane.
Is
Now
there a lot of people hitting quarter pipes?
There's
Like you and Bereman.
Me, Bereman, there's Cole, Denny. He's kind of like a local San Diego guy. He's getting good at it. And then McNeil hits it. There's like probably 10 of us in like the world that hits it overall.
That's sick. I have a Patreon question about these things, actually. This is from Max Gomber. He says, do you think people will start pushing the limits of more tricks in the quarter pipe, and how are the quarter pipe comps judged currently?
Trick-wise, I mean, yeah, you got like Corey Creed. He hits the quarter pipe really high, too. I forgot to mention him, but he does like alley-oop knack-knacks and all that stuff now. So he's kind of the only one that's messing with the gnarly tricks. So I don't know. The next one I would assume is going to be a flare on that thing, but that's just going to be whoever has the biggest nuts and wants to finally try it. But it's scary doing tricks on the big quarter because you have so much time on that thing, and like having the velocity of your motor on a 450 just going straight up, it's just so easy to over rotate and slam, and the consequences are pretty bad on that thing because it's
straight up
20-foot tall landing. You don't want to go to the deck on that with your dirt bike chasing you. So
that's another thing, Buds. I don't know if you know, Axell did the first like alley-oop.
I saw that in Slayground 3. I saw an alley-oop.
Yeah. Nobody's done that since. Probably.
I was wondering. I was just like, damn, dude.
Yeah, that was the second one I did. I did one. We just did a single video on it. But, yeah, that trick, it's just so scary doing tricks on the quarter because it's so tall and steep and scary.
And if it goes wrong, it goes really fucking wrong.
Yeah, it goes bad.
There's not much between flying out or decking, right? If you mess up, it's like a snowboard.
Because it's so steep. If you come out, you're going low. If you go up, you don't want to knuckle that thing because you're going to bounce off it, knuckle, and you're going 25 feet to flat. It's like jumping off a bridge. It's scary.
He asked about the judging
on the judging. I couldn't tell you, to be honest, about the judging because I don't know how they do it because I'll hit it. I kind of get more under it and I'll get my tires up in the air, but I'm kind of under the bike more to where someone like Colby, he's more like tabletopped and flat. Still we're both freaking high, but it's so hard to judge it every time. But I think they have like laser shooting and they get the top of the highest of the top or something or the bottom.
It's just highest person wins.
Yeah, highest person wins.
So it's not like
and it's shot by laser. It's different all the time, which I feel like we need to get a better judging system in there just because it's kind of like still question it every time. But
even though there's lasers, it's like, was that one bigger?
Yeah. And then last year I did one jump and they completely missed it and I had to do it again, which I was like, dude, come on, felt good. And then they're like, I didn't get it. And I'm like, dang it. But
that's just
how it goes sometimes.
At the stadiums and stuff, when you're doing X Games and it's like, there's like commercial breaks and you're kind of getting ready to hit this fucking quarter pipe and you're like, I'm going to basically push this thing as hard as my bike can probably do it and go. I don't even know how fucking big you guys go, 30, 40 feet. What is it, 50?
We go like 40 to 45 feet, I think 40. It is from the bottom.
I'm going to do
from the bottom?
Yeah, I think from the bottom.
Crazy. So you're going to do a 40-foot air and you're like waiting just on your bike and you're like, how is the nerves? Like, that's what I don't know. How's the nerves before you go fucking Air Bud Golden Retriever on that thing?
Dude, yeah, it's the scariest thing ever, especially in contest day because you just got to hit that thing pinned all day long. And you're like, all right, here goes 40 senders. You do a good one, and then you're like, I got to go higher. It's scary. But, yeah, those commercial breaks, especially when you get up there and you got to wait for 10 minutes and all of a sudden just get back in the zone and hit one right out of the gate as high as you can that's the worst part. As riders, we generally like to have a jam to where we're all just kind of flowing and can keep hitting it. But, yeah, when they do it that way and you got to stop, that's definitely makes it way scarier because then you're just looking at it for 5 minutes and you're like, okay, time to pin it. Once they go like that, you're like, okay, hope this works. And I don't know. That's a scary part for sure.
Hell yeah.
My first X Games, my first event was step up, and they did that to me. They're like, all right, Axell, you're up. You're first up. And then they put me on the line. I was like 18, I think, and they're just filming me for like 15 minutes, it felt like. And then I'm just so scared, never been on TV. And they're like, all right, go. I'm like, I'm making it over this bar, and I completely whiskey throttled, blew my shoulder out, just completely blew it, just probably because of all the pressure that was on because of that.
Yeah, when you have a commercial break, you're just like standing on the line. Like, it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Another thing, too, I don't think about with snowboarding, you're like got to stay warm and loose and whatnot, but you guys got to make sure the bike is like warm, and if you run out of gas or your fuel's off or something, like in the bike stalls, you guys can fucking die, basically.
If you're sitting there, it overheats.
Yeah.
The freeze is blowing all over, yeah.
PH keep the bike dialed in for you on the line? How's that work?
He did in the past. Now I got a mechanic, Robbie Brown, so thank God for him. Oh, yeah, give him an air horn.
So dope. Well, we happen to have a guest question from none other than Gimbal God. Here we go.
Yo, what up, Axell? It's Spenny. I got a couple questions for you. Part 1, I'm wondering who your favorite snowboarder is. And part 2, how was your first heli experience? Love you, bud. Talk soon.
My favorite snowboarder. I don't know. I got a lot of favorite snowboarders because they're all my friends. So I'm going to have to go with my brother, Axell Hodges.
Woo!
He's sick.
Let's give him an air horn.
USA champ when he was 16. So USA say.
Oh, USASA?
When he was
I didn't know that.
He's got a title.
I didn't know he's had a title. He's Nationals, dog. I didn't know he's a Nationals crusher.
Yeah.
So
He goes backside as well.
He's a backside dog.
Back cork. Yeah.
And for those who don't know, he's a monster snowboard team manager. I don't know what his official title is. Something
I
like
think
that.
so.
Yeah. All right. And then what was the second question? Something about heliboarding? Or
Yeah, what was your
First heli experience.
Is that a snowboard?
Was he mean heliboarding or like helicopter experience?
I'm guessing
'Cause
something you guys did together.
Yeah. Did
Well,
you guys go
Yeah,
Hellion?
we went after X Games, I think 2 years ago. When did Kobe pass?
That was about 2 years ago.
2 years ago, Winter X Games. We got word of that, and then the next day we're going heliboarding in Utah with some of the monster guys. Brandon Davis was there. I think Sven, Gimbal God. But anyways, yeah, we're in a helicopter just going in the mountains. After that day, Kobe passed away in a helicopter. We're all bummed, and then have to get in the helicopter and just like going through fog and stuff and the same shit. So it was scary, but once we got down on the first peak, they came in, they pack it in. You're up there, you're kind of scared, but it was sick. The best powder day of my life. Stale hooked me up with his cruiser backcountry board, and it was probably the best day of snowboarding of my life.
So
Just
Was
fresh
this
tracks all day.
Powderbirds?
Powderbirds?
Yeah, is that where you went across from Snowbird?
I couldn't
know?
tell you.
I bet that's.
I don't know. We're just in a helicopter hidden in the mountains. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm coming.
You didn't care where you were. You're
He
just like,
also-
let's do this.
Yeah, I was just trying to weasel in on the snowboard trip.
On that same trip, he learned how to backflip a snowboard.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did. In the driveway of the monster house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, and it was like actually like a big backflip. I was watching, like it was like first one, like almost got stuck upside down. Second one made it around.
Yeah, all of them, they made like a built to shred little setup in the driveway. It was like a little step down into just a peaky BMX style jump. And yeah, well, the first one I did, I went to do a backflip. My toes just dug in. I just like did a front flip. And then they're like, you got to like kind of like cartwheel or whatever. And I got a couple back keys.
So good. See, that's a flex. Like he can backflip a snowboard. That's a good thing to have in your back pocket because it's like
Some people are scared.
some people are scared. So if there's snowboarders that are listening to this that can't do a backflip, like you're a moto guy and you're better than them at snowboarding. That's the way I look at it.
Dude, he's going heliboarding. This guy's kind of an avid snowboarder. A lot of people
Of course.
never get in a heli in their whole life. You know, that's pretty.
Yeah, that was
sick.
unreal. Thanks to my brother for that one.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're going to get into another Patreon question. This one is from Ken Maziko. He says, you've slayed everything from giant dunes to packed stadiums. Have you ever had to pull out of a show jump because the setup was sketchy or you weren't feeling it, even though the producer / filmer egged you on to try it?
I've never really pulled out of anything. Like,
When it's go time?
I mean, show wise, but in the Del Mar Fair a couple years ago,
I was waiting for that. Okay.
that was almost a setup question.
well, that's that. At Del Mar Fair a couple years ago, we were doing a Slayground show in the horse arena, and we wanted to put a 120-foot ramp in there, which you could just do big turn-ups and stuff like that off of, and there was an overhang, and the ceiling looked pretty low, and we eyeballed it, and we're like, yeah, we think that's good, and I hit the thing, and I was in the air, and there's this freaking beam just coming right at me. I thought I was hitting the roof, hitting the beam, and I was just pretty much going to end my life, so I shut my eyes, didn't hit the beam, then I opened it and went like 140 feet to flat, landed, didn't break my back, but it felt like it, and then almost hit this concrete wall. Then after that, I'm like, yeah, we got to yank that jump out of here because I just almost ended my life, but I don't think I've ever pulled out of anything because I was scared.
What about what? So good. What about the world record? There was like you got fucked up on a world record jump. Didn't you get like destroyed or something? Right?
Yeah, the world record jump. It was going really smoothly. We were almost getting to the show date when I was going to do the actual jump, and I was getting to the record, and I was just doing the record, and I just had one bad jump when I was in the ramp at 106 miles per hour, and just any movement wrong at that speed and whatever you're doing is just like bad because the wind's so bad and your back tire's spinning so fast. It's like a bowling ball when you're in the air. So when I came off the ramp, I just naturally gave it a little pull because I felt like I was going slow. and just naturally that's what I do on jumps. And it came up on me, and I was going so fast. By the time I brake tapped, it was too late, and halfway through the like climax of the air, my back tire just started dropping, and there's nothing I could really do because just spinning so fast, and the wind from my front fender just pulling me up. It was just like too late. So I landed just pretty much 12 o'clock, and the front slammed down. And when I landed like that, my toes curled. Both of them touched my shins and just wadded. The front slammed down. My hands came off the bars. I boogie boarded the seat for probably like 100 feet, and then just like peeled off the side of it. Slid for however far I slid. And the worst part, I wasn't wearing leather gloves, so I had cloth gloves on the concrete. It was going 100. My hands were just grinding the ground. My hands got so like road rashed up and sliced up. And then I wanted to do the jump later that day. I got up. I was kind of walking. My ankles were sore. And I sat down for 30 minutes, and my both feet were just locked up. I couldn't put any pressure on my legs. And I was like, all right, this is done today. And then I went and got an x-ray. I broke my left ankle and then sprained my right one. And after that, there was talk of doing it again, but it just wasn't worth it in my book. I know I stomped the record several times in practice, and I'm content with that myself. It's not really worth risking my life every day if it's not worth it.
Well, dude, well said. What's the fucking gnarly?
Your toes touched your shins.
Yeah, I got out really lucky for how bad that crash could have been.
I was thinking about getting back up and hitting it.
It's gonna hit it again.
I didn't. I don't know. Being a dirt bike, you don't want to look like a pussy. So it's like, let's go.
Adrenalized probably too.
Yeah, for sure. That's why my ankles didn't hurt.
So what? So you jumped a motorcycle 450 feet?
I think 496 was the farthest I went.
That's fucking insane.
Is that like a football field or something?
Maybe it's like, hey, Axel, what are you gonna do today? I'm gonna jump my dirt bike 490 feet. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
I don't know. They made it sound easy. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. And then that happened.
So, and then it's cool that maybe the people that are listening that aren't super into dirt bikes, but I think it's really cool how the bike levels out. Like you're talking about brake tapping. I don't think our listeners know what a brake tap is.
Yeah, when you brake tap, your wheel's spinning in the air, which you're spinning, it's creating weight, so that kind of holds your back end up in the air. So if you brake tap, it stops the wheel and lightens up the back end, which drops the front end. So if your nose end high, you want to brake tap in order to lighten up the back and get the front down. Vice versa, if your nose down, you want to pin it. That's where you hear someone panic rev. That's what we call it. So it spins up the back tire, and then you get that weight back, and it's supposed to help you bring it back down. So yeah, brake tap if you're looped out, and panic rev if you're going nose end down.
And panic rev when you're about to case, pretty much always, right?
Yeah, case. It could be an OJ and your front end's just down. It could be whatever, but generally, you're casing it.
It's always nice when you hear that at the track and everybody's looking over you. Yeah, it's like just bouncing off the rev limiter.
Yeah, and everyone's head just goes, "Where's that?" Yeah.
OJ, we got to put OJ into rotation for snowboarding.
Yeah,
That's
OJ,
crucial.
I like that.
All right, so we got another guest question, and this one is from none other than Tyler Bereman. Here we go.
What's up, Bombhole? It's TB here, aka Beavis. I got a two-part question here for Axell, aka Butthead. Axell, what influences do you take from snowboarding, and how do you think that translates over into the moto world? And part two of my question here, Axell, your dad, PH, is an absolute living legend. I know you got some insane PH stories. Can you give us your favorite PH story of all time? Cheers, man.
Okay, so part one was how does snowboard translate into motocross? I'd say all the guys that just have good style and go big. That's what I like seeing dudes that they aren't doing off the toes 1080 triple dips, but they're just hit a big ass jump and do a method that's like doing a big whip off a big jump. So I like that stuff, having good style and kind of, I don't know, you see kind of different jumps and obstacles or whatever that snowboarders hit. It's like, can you do something like that on a dirt bike? And I don't know. Snowboarders just have style, and that's something I like to have in dirt biking. It's good style. So that's one thing. And then PH story. Let's think of a PH story.
The last name is the H. What's the P?
What's that?
What's PH stand for?
Philip Hodges.
Philip Hodges.
Yeah.
Right.
PH. Philip Wayne Hodges.
Like it.
Yeah.
Dog's name's Phil. And my brother.
Yeah.
It's a good name. Yeah, let's.
And my father-in-law. A lot of
Dude,
Phils.
there's so
lot
much-
of Phils around.
There's so much stuff that my dad has done. It's hard to think of one.
It's always hard. You put on
You
the
know,
spot.
probably, okay, I got a good story. It's like growing up riding, he's always had like the oldest, shittiest van that you could possibly imagine, but that's just his style, shit everywhere. And we would go riding and we would throw my filmer in the back, my friend, and he would film me. And we put him in a lawn chair in the back. And we would go ride at Elsinore all day, and it was cool. He's sitting in the lawn chair, and we used to have a place up in Lake Arrowhead, which is a big, windy road. And my dad just goes, hold on. He's racing this BMW in his old Dodge van. And my friend's just in the back, ping pong balling around, like holding on tie downs. He cracked his head open. And then we get up there and my dad like calls him a wussy, tell him to hold on harder and stuff. And that's probably one of my favorite PH stories that I can think of right now. There's probably a lot better than that, but.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get PH.
You'll
in the
just have to
booth
see for
at some
yourself.
point. But
Yeah.
one thing that's cool too is like he's in all your videos too, and so he's your dad obviously, and he's like used to be your mechanic. So there's the video of a new 2-stroke video.
Yeah.
He's kind of shredding that 2-stroke.
Oh, yeah. My dad, he used to ride every day when we used to ride when I was younger, but he recently just kind of quit. All the injuries kind of caught up, the age caught up, so he's a little bit more brittle now, but we got him out in the 2-stroke video, and he's got the same style. It doesn't care. Pins it, gets loose, and that's just his style. He's loose.
So I remember hearing a story a while ago, I think from your brother, Austin was telling me that you did like a stunt double riding on Tomac's bike or something like that. Like you were riding Tomac's factory bike.
Yeah. It was a Supercross ad. It was for Monster Energy Cup in Vegas, and they were filming at A1 during like I think it was press day or something, and Tomac couldn't do it for some reason, so they put me in Tomac gear, and I got to ride his like factory. It wasn't his race bike, but it was his like practice race bike, and thing was so gnarly. Like on that thing, like from what I could tell, I don't want to spill any beans on anyone, but that transmission was so long. It was like riding an electric bike. I was in second gear. It was like second in my gear was like second through fourth gear on my bike. So you just like kept going. I like hit the finish line for the first time like I would on my bike and just like over jumped it by 20 feet. I'm like, okay, at least the suspension's good. Yeah. That's a whole nother story. The suspension was like stiff but soft at the same time because for Supercross, you're hitting big jumps and the whoop section and stuff like that. So you want stiff, rigid suspension so it's bouncing back and you're not bottoming out everywhere and hitting big, steep jumps. You'll bottom out off faces and over jump it and just break your ankles pretty much. So you want super stiff suspension, but his was like soft, so it worked good in like choppy bumps. But then you get in the rhythm section and it was like stiff. It's pretty sick. I wish I had that stuff. But yeah,
just
it was
throw,
unreal. It was the
throw
sickest
you
bike.
in for him on a press day just to make it look like he was there.
Yeah, well, I could only ride the. They had me just hit the finish line, and I just had to do a whip, and I do that stuff all day. So
Yeah.
I was like, all right, and try to make it look like him a little bit. But
Stunt double.
it was sick. And they let me get like one clip in my own gear. I think I put it up on Instagram, but that was sick. Getting to ride his bike, that thing was gnarly.
And just getting the finish line whip for the promo. That's sick.
That's sick.
And that's another thing too about moto, like the equipment's super important, you know. And I almost liken it to, I remember Scotty James one time. I held his board he rides for half pipe, and it is like a fucking plank. Like this thing is, I don't even know how you ride it. It's so stiff, and it's like a normal human being can't get on that. Like a beginner's not going to get on that board. They're not going to be able to ride that thing. It's like it's too much board. Same thing. Like if I was to get on Eli Tomac's dirt bike, it would feel like there's no suspension because I'm like not. I wouldn't be. You have to be fucking getting after it for it to like compress, basically.
Yeah, to make it work. Yeah.
To make it work. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It depends. His stuff was really good. I wasn't even riding that hard. I was like, wow, this is crazy. Just had the gnarliest traction and just everything. It was so. That was probably his tires too. Mm-hmm. Just everything about that bike was unreal.
Yeah, it's their setup.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk whips, dude. We got to talk whips a little bit. That's the where the bread and butter is at. What's the key, dude? What's the key to a good whip?
Key to a good whip?
I'm asking for a friend. Just asking for a friend.
I don't know. It depends what jump you're hitting. Just everything. Like you got your 75-foot ramp, that's usually the best whip contest. They're off 75-foot ramps, and what wins that? I don't know. It kind of depends what mood the judges are in. It's either like I'd say a 180. Whoever throws the biggest 180 turn down whip is what they call it, because you come off the ramp and turn your bars down, and you just try to get as backwards as you can. So
Seat bounce?
though those are stand up, because you stand up and you're just turning the bike backwards.
Yep.
But seat bounce is more of like a classic dirt bike supercross whip where you sit down and you just want to get upside down under it. So that's what usually takes it in my book, is just the biggest seat bounce, whoever gets most upside down. And off a 75-foot ramp, it's easier to get upside down, but harder in a way because it's not the biggest jump. So that's where I kind of struggle. I don't, on whip contests, like to throw a big whip off that thing, you got to freaking commit off that time, or commit off that thing, and to do that for 15 minutes in a row is pretty scary. So that's where I got to get a little bit more cojones and just start sending it a bit harder to win one of those. But for whips and big jumps, that's where like kind of turn ups come into play on the bigger jumps, because you got so much more time and less steep of lips, which enables you to just yank up on the bars, which that's called a turn up, where you get your front end up in the air, poke it out, and then you could turn it into like turn it back in, or however you want to do it. Everyone's whip's different, but
Turn ups are the sickest, I think.
those are my favorite too. Just the best feeling, just to come off a big lip, and you just, it's kind of just like doing a big shifty on a snowboard or something. So
Do you remember? I remember the first one I saw was like, I remember Bereman doing one in the sand dunes like way back in the day.
where he went over that like
Yeah.
ledge and got all
It was
weightless.
all,
Yeah.
yeah, just crazy. Yeah, and your guys' videos, it's like, that's the thing that's fucking crazy too. It's like, I was watching your video today, it's like 3 million views. It's like people, they fucking go off, dude, for good reason. But yeah, a lot of people watch those things, huh?
Yeah, try to. Monster helps with that too, and I don't know, bringing the ideas to life and giving us the chance to do it is just what it comes down to. And what I was talking about earlier, that's where I try to always do new shit in my videos, so it's nice and fresh. It's not like I'm doing stuff in a video part that I've already done. I like to do something new every time.
Dude, another psychotic thing talking about that is, I don't remember what video, I think it was in your real Moto maybe. You do a nose manny front flip.
Yeah,
Dude, it's fucking insane, Buzz. If you haven't seen this clip, dude goes full nose manny over the bars, front flip.
Damn.
Like, it's fucked up on a 450.
yeah. I don't. Just sitting one morning, and my brother's like, "What do you want to do for this?" I'm like, "This sounds cool." So we just started trying that and did a nose wheelie front flip. And I don't know, it's easier than a front flip in my opinion, because you're coming off the front tire, you're already kind of flipping. Then you just yank that front brake, and it helps come around. And when I was first doing it, I had on the manual pad, I had just like a curb at the end. So I'd manual and I'd hit the curb, and it was like a cheater bump, and it would do it for me. But I did it one time, and I hit it, and I just did like a front flip and a half and just ate my forks with my teeth, and just like, wow, I just spun way too fast. And then the next time I did it, I pulled the brakes before it, and I did the full front flip without hitting the bump. So I'm like, don't even need the bump. And it was a lot more consistent doing after that. And then like 2 days after I figured that out, did it to dirt, and then, yeah.
Committing to that must have been just
That's
psycho.
crazy.
It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. And that day when I was about to do it, it was on Jeremy McGrath's ranch. And he had a kid working on the ranch that day. And this kid, I was rolling around the corner about to do it, just amped up. This kid comes in a Ranger. I think I got bit by a rattlesnake. And just like completely shut it down. I was like, I'll do stuff to do it. So then that put it on hold for like 20 minutes. And then I'm like, had to get back in the zone and hit it again after they figured out what to do with him. And yeah, that was just a wild experience. And then I did it, I landed. I'm like, thank God. I got all hyped up, then I had to get scared again for the second time.
Was
And,
the kid bit by a rattlesnake?
I
You were
don't
just too
remember.
focused.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm
You're
doing a
all-
As he
nose
said
wheelie
earlier-
front flip right now. And he was good. I know that, but I don't know
He
if he
did
got
eat
bit or
his
what.
handlebars earlier, and he mentioned on the nose manual front flip too.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. I was in the front flip zone, thinking about when I was going to pull my brake lever.
Dude, the thing that's crazy too, but it's different about like moto, and I want that compared to snowboarding. It's like snowboarding, to get amped up to like do something is kind of like, you gotta like get fired up a little bit. It's hard. It's almost harder to get fired up because you gotta like ride in the park and you're like, all right, I'm gonna do this. But like, I feel like on a dirt bike, you just kind of like just grab a handful, and all of a sudden, like, it's so easy to just be like, oh fucking yeah, and like you're just getting after it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just easier to get fired up quicker.
Yeah. And yeah, you got the noise and stuff too. You like kind of roll it a couple times and yeah, start revving it up. Yeah, it definitely helps. But that's where too you have a throttle too and off rolling speed. You could plan on not hitting anything and like not even stress about it, and then the last second be like, fuck it, I'm hitting it, and then you don't even have to be scared about it, and it's over. That's how I usually up hitting jumps. Like I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna roll it this time, and I'll be coming up to it. I'll be like, no, I'm not. I'll just grab a handful and get it over with. So
that's what Bereman said. I asked him what's the key to going to basically hitting huge shit, and I think he said going hollow head essentially.
Yeah, you just gotta get your adrenaline going and then go hollow head and not even think about it. You just gotta be hitting it. And whatever happens, and you just got to think about landing it. I usually try to over jump it because I don't like knuckling jumps, so I just go fast. And if I get flat land, I got stiff enough suspension. I feel confident in it.
Mitch, or who does this suspension?
Yeah, Pro Circuit.
Shout out to Mitch Payton. I don't know him at all, but I'm going to just give him an air horn.
Luke, he's the one that gets it dialed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sick. So you got
Mitch gets the motors dialed.
Yeah, so Mitch Payton, for those who don't know, is like the Monster Energy, Kawasaki Pro Circuit, like the 250 team, the marquee team. He's like big staple in dirt bike riding. But you guys, you get your suspension done by him, and I've seen you guys. You have any good stories with Mitch?
Yeah, with Mitch, it's been like, I don't know, growing up racing. I started racing later than everyone, so I was in the C class, and we know Mitch through Jeremy and stuff, and him and my dad have a funny relationship. They're always giving each other shit. So when I was racing, I remember my dad went in there and they just got into a complete brawl, and they told him, why are you even like spending all this money to race if you don't want to spend it? Put him in X Games or go let him have fun. He's not a racer. And then that made my dad want to buy more shit and go race and just get aggro. My dad was Moto dad for a couple years. And then, started free riding. And then my dad's like, okay, fine. Chilled out on the Moto dad.
So who are your big inspirations coming up for wanting to go free ride and all that?
For free riding, definitely, I don't know, MC, like I said, Jeremy McGrath, like back in the day, he was racing, but he was also making videos and like steel roots and all that stuff and free riding and doing tricks and cool stuff. And Twitch, Jeremy Stenberg, grew up riding with him, doing whips, and he just kind of showed me the way of doing backflips and all that stuff and just being a mentor and a friend. And he's just like, he's 40, he's getting old, but he's like one of us still. He's like a kid. We always give him shit. We call him Grandpa, but he's just still one of the boys. And then him, Josh Hansen, he's just style god. Dude, him and Jeremy started doing all the turn-ups and big-ass whips and big jumps. And him, Josh Hill, he goes big. I grew up riding with him and hit tons of big jumps with him. And then Bereman, I grew up, like, I was always racing, and DC, Nate Hawley, would kind of always incorporate me. I wasn't the best rider when I was little, but he would always incorporate me in, like, film trips and let me come along and just ride. And Tyler was always there hitting big jumps and doing whips, so I always wanted to be like him. And now we're just all buddies, and we ride together and hit big jumps, and it's fun, yeah.
Seems like you and him are, like, Twitch's, like, protege kind of a little bit. You guys are both, like...
Yeah, I don't know. We're just dumb little buddies that like to ride dirt bikes with them and do dumb shit. So, yeah.
Well, I got a guest question from none other than Twitch himself. Here we go.
What up, bombhole? It's Twitch. Axell, question. What's your favorite time of day? 419, 420, or 421?
421 because I'm chilling.
Solid answer.
That was a quick one. Thanks, Twitch.
That's a funny question. I like that.
Amazing. Dude,
of course.
I seen Twitch. He's racing again. He was at Day in the Dirt.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call that racing. That gets him out of whipping every day of the week. He'll go ride Paris once. He'll be like, yeah, racing this weekend. Did he finish? I didn't see it.
I'll tell you what. You know what he was doing, though? He was cutting the track, and I actually cut the track behind him and got yelled at aggressively.
But he didn't get yelled at?
No.
No.
I was mad. He's like, oh, that guy's stoned.
You like see him do it and follow?
That dude's Stank Dog, Jared Stanky.
Yeah.
He called me a pussy and told me not to cut the track. And I was like, oh, shit, okay, I'm sorry. And I didn't again. But, yeah, so do you ever think about going and doing any... You're not a vet. How old are you?
I'm 25 now, so I can race. There's some 25 plus classes at some nationals, so I don't know. Kind of got the bug.
Yeah, when you should
I feel like
turn 30.
If I just put in some laps for like a solid month, I'll definitely line up sometime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to race again. Yeah,
Yeah, the vet
Not
racing.
if it's not serious, I want to go do some fun shit and enjoy it. Not have to go line up at Paula 450 Pro class and think I'm gonna go get a top 10. I'd rather go do it on a weekend with all my buddies and hopefully put the smackdown down.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go rip a whole shot. I haven't ripped a start in so long, so got the bug.
Oh yeah,
Once a racer, always a racer.
100%. Yeah, that's the thing too about when you get older and racing vet class. The thing that's great is like you're like the next guy next to you. Like, you got to go to work on Monday. You got to go to work on Monday. Okay, let's fucking keep these things like on the ground here. You know, like
You're not risking your life. Yeah, pro class is a whole different story. That shit is gnarly.
you're like not talking. That's the other thing too about racing that I think's fascinating. Is like it seems like nobody's friends.
You can't really be friends when you're going to go out and do battle. Like, that's where it's cool. I'm like friends with like Tomac and El Hombre and Webb and just like all those guys, talking to them. It's kind of cool. I could be friends with them. It's not like we want to rip each other's heads off every day. Not saying I'm in that caliber at all, but being a free rider, you're definitely friends with more riders. Yeah.
True. Racers aren't friends with each other.
They don't like each other.
I mean, you could be friends one weekend and get stuffed in the corner. You're like, fuck that dude. I'm not going to be his homie, so I don't know.
True.
What do you think about Hombre?
Feelings.
What do you think about Hombre on the Cowie?
Oh, he's laying it down. He's getting the feel right now, so I'm excited to see what he does in the future. He seems he's got a fresh start. Bike's good, and he's in a happy place, and he's ripping.
What do you think about all those dudes? Who has the best stee?
Probably Hombre. He keeps it real. Instagram, he's just posting like Kendrick Lamar edits, and he's winning and stoner rap. It's sick to me. He's got steez still.
Yeah, there is.
He's not worrying about so much being the most perfect dude ever. He does him, and that's sick.
Mm-hmm.
That dude sounds
Team
cool.
Fried.
Yeah, Team Fried. Absolutely.
He's always rocking some Team Fried gear.
I'm a big consumer of Team Fried merch. Now, speaking of merch, so you got Slayco. What's up with Slayco?
Yeah, Slayco. I don't know. We just run it out of my parents' garage, and it's hard to keep up with everything from videos to riding to putting out clothes. But we do it when we can. We'll release stuff every couple months, and just kind of like merchandise. Slayco96.com, and the next month we should have riding gear. So we've just been waiting on all the factories and just been trying to dial it in, get all the prints right, and finally happy with it. And we're going to release it hopefully in this next month. And Slayco riding gear. It's going to be limited drop. We got 3 different sets, and once it's gone, it's gone. So
I'm sure that's going to sell out immediately. Because you were riding for, what, 7 before that? 7?
Yeah, I was riding for 7 for years, and that just kind of fell through, and wasn't happy there, and wasn't really happy with anything else that anyone had to offer. And so we're like, screw it. Let's just do it on our own.
That's the way to do it.
You got to realize that I'm sure that when this guy posts a T-shirt, you probably
if you
sell
get 3
a
million
fuck
views
ton of,
on your videos.
Yeah,
I
just
of
from
shirts.
selling our own
merch.
merchandise and stuff now and seeing the numbers, it's like, get numbers now. We're like, yeah, right. We'll just do it on our own and get what's right. And it's just kind of hard being a free rider. It's hard to put a number on that, and compared to getting results and stuff now, and everything's transitioning more kind of like there's video stuff now. So just kind of hard with sponsors too to say, yo, I want what he's making. And it's like, what do you do all day? Make videos in your backyard? So it's like,
well,
I don't know. It comes with that, and
yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's awesome though. You realize like I love to see it because you see it in Moto. Take for example like DBK. Like Twitch has his clothing company called Dirt Bike Kids. These guys sell so much fucking merch that they're able to just buy like they sponsored A1 or what was it, the Hangtown or something.
Yeah,
last
Twitch
year.
is killing it, and then
they're killing it. Yeah,
he's just got all of his buddies in the office all day working, so they're all just hanging out, doing their thing all day, and go home. And it's a lot more enjoyable, and you can make it more personable and interact with fans a lot more too. You're doing it on your own. They leave notes, and you could give them signed stickers, signed number plates, and I don't know, stokes them out and kind of gives you a better relationship with your fans.
Totally. And then you're able to like, you don't have to ask anybody for money. That's the one thing that's cool is when you don't have sponsors that are like breathing down your neck. Like some sponsors might not want you to do certain things, say certain things, be a certain way. When you sell your own merch, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, right? And you can make whatever you want, and just more you. You can be you. You don't have to worry about pleasing someone. It's like,
how many? Let's just like get how many shirts you selling on a drop? On a big drop, just give us something where you're like, damn, this. We don't need to say dollars. Just like give me like, damn, I sold a lot of this.
How many
item.
T-shirts you talking? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I don't know. Like probably around like 1,000 on a good drop. I don't know.
That's
Somewhere
fucking
around
good.
there.
That's a good number.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't really pay attention too much. I just want to, as long as I got some money in the pocket to go build some jumps and ride them dialed.
And then who ships it all out?
Yeah, who's running the merch?
My mom and dad. They hold it down. It's in the garage. My dad, he used
Family
to,
company.
yeah, he used to run Pro Pack moving systems, so he knows how to box stuff and get all the good swinging deals on shipping and all that. So he holds it down. PH is on customer service too, so if you're emailing Slayco, you're talking to PH.
That's awesome.
And he's just always biting his tongue. He's like, actually, can't believe what this asshole just said. It's like, Dad, be nice.
Keep him in check.
Yeah.
Now, PH, from what I understand, had a little bit of an issue this morning.
Yeah, he well, first of all, he puts his kids first, that's for sure. So we got to the airport running late as usual, and he dropped me off because I had to check my bag. You got to be there an hour before to check bags. And I got in, I was dialed, I was in the lounge drinking coffee, eating cookies, and he hits me up. He's like, Axell, there's no parking. I got in 5 fights already. I'm on my 3rd lot. He just like was fighting with everyone, couldn't find parking. Ended up missing his flight, and there's no way he was going to miss the finale. So he got on the next flight possible, and he just got here 4:30. I think he actually just pulled up.
Yeah, PH is in the building. Speaking of which, should we bring him
You
in?
can put him in.
No. Bring him in.
Actually, you know, one thing we could do, name that video part first.
Oh, we should probably.
Let's do that. Yeah. Before we do that, we'll do name that video part. Okay, here we go. Name that video
That
part.
was the video.
Not the first one. Yeah, a lot of people.
One to think that.
That's just the intro song. Name that video part is presented actually by, you know, it's presented by Buds. It's presented by our store today.
Yes.
Because we have we got all kinds of new shit.
We got all sorts of new shit in our drop. We got shorts. We got
slides.
hats,
We got slides.
Slides.
You got Slayco slides.
We don't have Slayco slides, but coming soon this summer. Slayco96.com.
Also presented by Slayco96.com. But head on over to bombhole.com before heading on over to Slayco69.com. 420, 86, whatever it's called.
Is that your birth year or something? Is that what
96. Yeah, I was born in 96.
Dope.
Yeah, and we got promo code bombhole at Slayco96.com for 70% off. That's actually not true.
Off.
Oh yeah, so name that video part. We did Moto for you. We'll see how you do. I don't know.
Let's see. Let's test it. Let's see
Okay.
if I've seen them all.
What's your confidence level 0 through 10?
I don't know. It depends what type videos you're going with. I grew up on like Pastrana videos, all of his Nitro Circus DVDs and MC's movies. I know some Krusty movies, but
See how you do.
I don't know if I'm too familiar with them all.
Okay, here we go.
The song's for everyone who rides.
Krusty. Which one though?
Krusty, I think 2. Seth Enslow rides
Yeah.
across the pond and then like lands on those people on top of the dune.
Yeah. It's for sure Krusty.
Krusty 2. Yeah. So you got it correct. So what you got here is you earned yourself some bomb hole merch. That's your prize
Sick.
pack. I don't know what's in there. Did you make that, Buzz?
I did not make that.
So
Jules
you
made
should have
that.
some like stickers, a mug.
I'll use that thing every day.
You got some a hoodie probably.
Thank you.
All available at bombhole.com. Again, be sure to check out Slayco96.com. So part 2, this one's not for you. This one is for the listeners. So if you know this one, basically we pick our winner. Where do we do it, Buds?
We do it on the picture of Axell when night before the episode drops, the thumbnail on Instagram.
Instagram thumbnail photo is where we pick.
I almost forgot, dude. You put me on the spot there.
Making sure you're paying attention. Okay, here we go.
Is that snow or moto?
That's Snow.
Okay.
Thank you guys for playing what, Bud?
Name that video part.
So All right, we're going to get into a guest question from Mountain Dew team skateboarder, Sean Malto. Here we go.
What was the most pivotal moment in your career?
What was the most pivotal moment in your career?
Pivotal moment was like I said earlier when I was racing at Monster Cup and doing the best whip contest at the same time, and I did better on the whip. That's where it pivoted to being a free rider.
First whip
That was my
contest?
first whip contest, yeah.
And you were just like, oh, this is it.
Yeah, got second, threw a big whip, and I was like, got invited to X Games after that. I'm like, yeah.
Who got first that day?
I think
Remember, huh? The zone. You guys
Brett
just live in
Q.
the zone. Brett Q.
I think so. Not 100% sure, but I think Brett Q, yeah.
And you and Tyler compete against a lot of each other. That's cool that you're tight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't put competitions or
it's like a snowboard
determine my
comp.
life. It's just a competition.
You're not racing.
No.
He was
I
saying
like to ride. I'm
you
a
guys
free rider.
whip opposite ways, right?
Yeah, I turn up this way. He turns up that way, which makes a good train because we go different ways. And then he seat bounce whips that way. I go that way. So
Who's
just
faster?
goes hand
Who's
in hand.
faster?
I don't know. It's been a while since me and him have lined up and just put the hammer down. I don't know.
I'd like to see like
I
a
don't wanna piss
3-lap.
him off. I might have him in 3 laps. But
I wanna
if we-
see a
if we did
3-lap
like
showdown.
30, he might have me in 30. Because he goes out
30
there, I'll give it
laps.
to him. He goes out there and just hours for a moto or motos for an hour, and I'm like, dude, how do you do that? I get arm pump in 3 laps now. So I don't
3
know.
laps, and you take a
Yeah.
break. He's all 30 deep.
Holy
I don't
shit.
know. It depends where we're at. He's probably gonna be faster now because he's gonna be all mad. That's how we do it.
I'd like to see you guys line up for like a 3-lap showdown.
Yeah, that'd
See
be
how it
good.
goes.
I'm kind of curious about what would happen too.
We'll come drop the gate. We'll do a bomb hole invitational. Get
Bomb
you guys
hole
lined
3-lapper.
Bomb hole 3 laps.
Tyler, I'm coming for you.
No fitness. No fitness.
We should do
Required.
it all
Just
the
three.
free riders.
Yeah, all the free riders? Yeah.
See who's the fastest free rider.
There should be that would be good. Like at those races, like a free rider class. That's what they need.
That'd be a sick thing. I think.
It'll be quick. Be 3 laps. Out. If that too.
Holy shit,
That'd be pretty hardcore. I bet.
dude!
3-lap
I'll tell you
showdown.
who. I'll tell you who'll give you a run for your money is Vicky Golden.
Oh yeah, Vicky rips. She throws
She's
down.
so fast.
Yeah, she raced for a while. She did the pro series and all that. She was on Geico Factory. Yeah, Vicky's.
Geico has factory. The insurance
They did.
company.
Yeah, no, they used to have. It used to be called Geico Honda.
Geico has factory.
The lizard.
Yeah, for you
lizard sell
for
insurance?
you
In
snowboarders,
case
the
you guys-
Geico used to be a factory Honda team.
In case you get hurt out there, the Geico's there
Yeah.
just on the spot.
Now, on Bereman's episode, you were referring to dirt biking as motorbiking.
was,
And what do you think about that, Axel?
It's like pushing Mongo if you call it dirt bike motorbiking. I don't know.
That's what I called it until
Like
I met Tyler.
having the narrowest stance on the mountain.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I did research your videos today, and it was pretty. You go pretty damn.
You know what
big
he
out there.
said? What was this question? He had a good question. He goes, so it's like, he's like the next guy after Metzger, pretty much, right?
That was the last time I was watching Moto.
15 years ago.
So he picked up where Metzger left off. is what he said.
I legitimately
I was
said
like-
that.
I was like, there's a couple guys in between.
Well, thank you. Metzger's the man, the godfather.
I just remember watching those videos of him going huge, and then I guess I just blacked out and hadn't watched any Moto videos.
No
since
visor,
then.
the no visor and the handkerchiefs. How come people are rocking the visor? I think everybody should take that thing off like Metzger.
I took mine off when I was doing the long distance. I'm like, they wanted
wind-
me to wear a road bike
the
helmet.
wind
I'm
would
like,
catch.
no, I'm a dirt biker. I'm gonna ride a dirt bike helmet with no visor on it. So, in tribute to Metzger, he's the man.
That
Yeah,
makes
absolutely.
sense, though. The visor would catch in that 500.
Yeah, you get a little wind drag when you're going 100 miles per
Just
hour.
get flying off your bike.
Yeah.
And you know what else we got, buds?
What do we got?
You know what I'm about
Oh.
to click on.
It's drinking time.
It is. We're going to talk to you about pub
go.
beer.
I don't need to crack it.
That
Welcome
was
to the
crispy,
Pub
though.
Beer Crapshoot.
What's going on with pub beer, bud?
I'll tell you what. Let's find out, shall we?
Cheers. I'll
Cheers.
try it.
It's cheap, fun, and delicious.
Fun.
That's what it says on the can, anyways.
Like I always say, if you're thinking about going out and having one beer, or getting absolutely fucking obliterated and having 96 beers.
96.
What are you going to choose,
Well,
bud?
whenever I say I'm having one beer, I have 96 beers. That's when I have more beers than if I say I'm going to have 96 beers.
Exactly. And you're going to, you know what's a good beer to do?
Go pub beer
You're going to go
every
pub
time.
beer every time.
I like their graphic design too, just clean.
So you grab 2 of those dice and you roll them, and we'll tell you what you got to do. They're right in front of you. The Goon Gear's a 6. Yep.
Look at that, 11. Let's go.
Okay, this is a good question. I'm going to ask 2 of these, but the first one, if you could be Siamese twins with one person in the industry, who would you choose to be stuck to?
In the moto industry. Probably my buddy Wanky.
Wanky? Yeah.
He's the cleanest dude I know. He's always showered. He's always folding stuff, and I'm not a clean freak myself, but if I'm stuck to someone, I'm going to want them to be clean. So probably Wanky.
That's a good way to
Solid
think about it.
answer.
No one's kind of went there with it, to have a clean person next to him.
Yeah, I don't want some hag that's
Some
connected to me
stinky.
drinking beer, doing dumb shit all day long.
Doing who knows what.
I said my girlfriend, but then I realized it's actually kind of fucked up
Yeah.
because you're having, I don't know if, whatever.
It just might
be
not
weird.
work out, man.
Just be weird.
You guys might have to get separated.
So, yeah, then part 2, who's your favorite person to party with?
I mean, I just partied pretty hard with my buddy Beavis, Tyler Bereman in Japan. So probably him for right now. Yeah, we did pretty good over in Japan.
Yeah, how was that? Looked like a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. We got over there and they put us in quarantine. So we could only go from the hotel to the venue, which had an athlete lounge. And then in the athlete lounge, in the refrigerator the first day, they just had packs of Budweiser. So that just kind of started off the weekend with a bunch of skaters, BMXers, and dirt bikers all locked up together. We started playing beer pong in the athlete lounge, and it just kind of, the week went from there, and we just kind of drank a lot of beer in quarantine, and yeah, did some dumb things with my buddy Tyler.
I saw videos that you guys looked like you were like cross-eyed getting like mobbed by people in the lobby and
Yeah,
stuff.
we're getting mobbed. We were trying to ride the bull statue, and then we wandered off. We weren't even allowed to go in the store to get snacks, so we went to like a different store. Then on the way, we saw a dinosaur, like Jurassic Park thing, like looking at us. So Tyler freaking hops up on it and starts riding it. I'm
Wow.
like pouring water in his mouth, and we think it's funny. Meanwhile, Pat Casey's on like FaceTime with his 8-year-old kid, looking like, "Hey, look at Pat, or look at Reed, the dinosaur's thirsty," and I'm just drunk, being an idiot, feeding it water, just making a fool out of myself. But it was a lot of fun.
That
If
sounds
there's
like
some guys I want to be locked down with, it was all those dudes.
They had you guys in a bubble still, huh, with the COVID and all that.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything, so we were just kind of felt like we're in jail.
Just party
I'll
jail.
tell you, Japan's
Yeah.
a good place to get shit.
Yeah.
faced.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. The Sapporo was good over there, and
Were you in Sapporo or in Tokyo or Main Island?
we were in Chiba, which
Chiba.
is like an hour, I think, from Shibuya.
Yeah,
which last night
Been there before.
we went to Shibuya and got some good food finally, and got to see the culture a little bit.
Yeah,
It was a lot
Shibuya's
of fun.
dope.
Yeah, take the
There's
train
that one
down there.
club we always go to. I can't remember the
Oh
name.
my god, dude.
What is the name of that club?
You
probably
walk
went
out,
there.
you walk out, and it's light in the day. Like
Yeah.
you walk out, and you're like, there's people on their way to work. You're like, oh, this is bad.
That's where Raibu got a perm.
Yes,
in
it is.
Shibuya.
Yeah.
With the snowboarder at the event we went to, he had this awesome haircut, this perm. He's like,
Yeah.
I was in Shibuya and got a perm.
How did the
6
how did the
hours.
contest go out there?
I got 5th. It wasn't my best contest. It was fun. Everyone that was in the contest was throwing big whips, but the only thing was it was on like a mobile landing, which we ride dirt bikes. We like dirt for the landings. That was the only thing that I think we could all agree we didn't really like, but it was good. We had a contest, and it was good being in front of the fans again, and all the Japanese fans were sick. They're all wanting to take pictures of us and making noise, and it was just fun to be in a contest environment again with the fans. So that was the best
dope.
part.
And they
I
mob
didn't
you
do the
guys,
best,
huh?
but it was fun.
They mob you guys?
They don't really mob us because they weren't allowed to, because we were still
Oh,
kind of
'cause of
sectioned
COVID.
off from
Gotcha.
them. But you just look at them all over there, they're just waving to you. Yeah, they're all stoked. It's like-
Stoked.
yeah.
Japan's the best. I got one more Patreon
Yeah, hit
question.
it. Fire it up.
It's from Benny Pellegrino. This first one's a little, I don't know if you want to answer this one. Who's the biggest kook in Moto? And the second part is, what things is your brother Austin better at than you?
Biggest kook in Moto. I could get there, but I just
Yeah,
don't
it's
even want
kind
to
of a
open up a
tough
can
question.
of worms right now. I've had my fair share of beef in the days.
Yeah.
don't even want to get into, but I'll just say PH is a pretty big kook on a dirt bike.
Just throw your dad under the
if you see
bus.
him jumping, he's all dick hammered in the air, front air, front wheel up. So I've seen him break his neck on the first lap before. So I'm
That's
like,
a good answer.
yeah, we'll go there with that. And then the
But then what's your
second,
brother better at than you?
Austin.
Yeah.
What's he? Fishing and probably every ball sport there is. He's
sport.
like golfing, tennis, basketball, football. He would put me in the dirt. He was kind of the athlete growing up. He was good at all that. So, and fishing. I don't know how you can be bad at fishing, but went fishing in Lake Michigan. He got like 10 trout, and I'm just still rolling up empty lines. And
Dude, yeah, some
he's got me
people,
covered
that
on
just
fishing.
happens to
Yeah.
some people, man. They just can't
I wish
get
I was
the
good
fish.
at fishing,
Yeah.
but I'm not a good fisherman.
They just don't like your bait, huh? Your lure.
Yeah.
Rough.
Well, we've been talking a lot about PH. I think we should probably get him
Yeah,
in.
let's get him in.
All right, we got PH in the studio. PH, how we doing?
Good, Chris. How are you?
Doing good. How was the debacle this morning at the airport?
Terrible. I got Axel there on time now, and I said, wait for me, and I took like an hour to park the car, and he didn't wait for me. So I stayed up in the, the Sky Club.
You didn't tell me to wait. I told you he was going to make stuff up.
No, and I thought he'd wait for me, and then he left. So I ate stale food up in the Sky Club and kind of chilled. Just got here.
Well, we postponed this whole podcast to get you on here because we were going to do it with that, but we were like, we got to get PH on.
Well, no, I'm happy about that. Because normally when I come along, my job here is to collect money, and what's this podcast pay? I'm proud of you guys. This is our first podcast. We've never done one. So I mean, with all the cameras, I mean, this thing looks like it's a moneymaker.
So is that where Wallet Guy comes from?
Wallet Guy's here. I'm not PH. I'm Wallet Guy.
You're
today.
Wallet Guy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
open. We got you a gift. Open that thing up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what? I'm sitting in.
You're in Eastone.
Eastone seat.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this some Eastone product? What is this?
No, this is a gift that we got for you. Don't be afraid. Yeah, get after that thing
Is
like
it
a
something you
Neanderthal.
can't open? It's a joke. How do you open this?
Just get
Oh,
it. and have at
nice,
it.
nice. So can they see this or no?
Yeah, hold it up.
Okay.
What do you got?
I got 4 cigars.
There it is.
El Fuentes. What do we got here? Yeah, El Fuentes and nice.
I heard there's your stogie of choice.
Yeah, Alec Bradley, but this is good. These are good.
I mean, we had to keep it within a certain budget here, PH.
No, this is
you know what I mean?
budgetable.
Good enough.
Well, good. So you saved some money to pay us for the podcast.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'll tell you what, PH, let's kick it off. We got a guest question from, I think it's from Tyler Bereman here. Let me find this thing. Here it is. Okay.
Tyler Bereman.
What's up, Bombhole? It's TB here. Got another question from Mr. Philip Hodges, a.k.a. PH, a.k.a. Wallet Guy. PH, let's be honest here. You look a hell of a lot like Mick Jagger. Rumor has it you used to take pictures as Mick outside your infamous Jagger's nightclub in Detroit, Michigan. I'd love to know a little bit more about your glory days there in Detroit owning Jagger's nightclub.
Well, it sounds kind of live. Was that live? Is Tyler on?
Pretty much.
That's
yeah.
pretty. You know, it is kind of funny. I get that all the time, and you know, I guess if Mick Jagger wasn't a rock star, if he was just somebody walking down the street, if you saw him, you go, man, that guy's ugly. Okay. So when people say, hey, you look like Mick Jagger, I go, well, thank you. You know, he's kind of ugly. I said, and I always say, you know, I look at myself as a better looking Mick Jagger. But no, I'm from the 70s. I love the Stones. I've probably seen them 6 or 7 times. And, you know, that's a good question. And he mentioned the club. I'm surprised Tyler knew about that. But we did have a club in Detroit from my brother and I ran, or my family had. I was kind of the key role in it. But it was called Jaggers, you know, and we bought it. And it was already named Jaggers. So it's just kind of funny that it kind of took place as Jaggers. And here comes Philip. I look like Jimmy Jagger. And, you know, and even that was 1980 to like 84. But the Stones were in town at the Pontiac Silverdome, and I'll never forget. I don't want to get in a helicopter thing, but we flew in a helicopter to the Stones concert. We landed out in the turf, and when I got out, it was like 80,000 people coming to the stadium. Like, oh, the Stones are here! And I'm jumping up and down like I was making. All of a sudden, as I got closer to the rail, oh, that's not him. But no, I get a lot of that. It's kind of funny. So that's a story, Tyler. Thank you.
Amazing. Now you used to be Axel's mechanic. I heard.
Still.
I see. I thought you got. Axel said you got replaced.
Well, I mean, it's just.
He'll come in if he's got to like take suspension off or something real quick. He's got that under control. But
thanks, Axel.
Full bike maintenance. He's not my mechanic.
Oh, really?
No, I was. You know how it is when you got the kids. You start out and you're doing it all, but he got to the point where we got a few bikes now. One on the road up here in Salt Lake, so it's hard to get at him all the time, and now us, being famous, doing podcasts all the time, we don't have time.
How's the customer service department of Slayco 96? How's that?
That's it's a family effort too. My daughter Farrah is involved in it. My wife Amber, and we run it. Actually, I was last night. Axel, you probably don't even know nothing about it. He's like, he hears about it, something doesn't happen, and he yells at everybody. But I was shipping shit all night last night. Can we swear?
Someone's got to be the boss.
Say whatever the hell you want.
But no, but it's good. It's we stay with it. Every time we put something out, it sells out, and we kind of like it that way. It kind of keeps the demand, and we're not just getting like Twitch and just whoring it out there. Sorry, Twitch.
Yeah, I got.
We try to keep it real.
We're not whoring it out there.
We love you, Twitch.
So I noticed you're also wearing some double camo too.
You know what? I don't.
What's up with the double? What's up with the double camo?
You're right about that. It is dumb. I get in trouble for that, but yeah, we're in Salt Lake City, so I put a coat on, and I didn't even look at that. But I know you don't do that.
What do you think? What do you think about your dad's Steve? What do you think about his kit?
I think he just completely lied. He said he didn't mean to do it. And he completely meant to do it. He
No.
wears double camo every day out to the ranch.
It pisses these guys off. It pisses them off.
He goes desert camo pants on regular camo.
Oh,
and he's got
no.
like cheetah print camo on his shoes.
That's what we call conflicting camo. You never go conflicting camo.
Well, otherwise I go unnoticed. Wait, speaking of, look at my socks here. I got
Rolling Stones?
Yeah, I got the Stone socks on. I don't know if that camera over there can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you got the Slayco 96 sweats.
I got the sweats on, yeah. I know they were comfortable to travel in. So,
Good leisure wear.
yeah.
So I got a question, Axel. Have you ever have any big mishaps with your mechanic back when PH was your mechanic? Ever like missing frame bolts when you head out, or?
Yeah, definitely a lot of missing bullets, but a couple of the ones, those were the minor ones. One I remember is we're at Star West one night and my 150 won't start, and it sounds like something's like sucking through the airbox, and we just kicked it enough times and revved it, and a rag went through the airbox, completely through the motor, then out the tailpipe, the blue shop rag. That was that was like the first gnarly one, and then the second one. This was when I was racing 250B, and it was like Verb Classic, and it was a race I was doing good at. And I got out and I hole shot it, and I was winning the race, and I was pinning it, and the whole time my bike's smoking, and we get in by the end of the moto, like kept just like splashing and smoking. We didn't know what it was. We got in, my oil cap wasn't even on my dirt bike at the end of the moto, and I'm just wringing my 250 to the neck. And I got no oil cap, and I hole shot a moto, and I'm just about to grenade my bike, but.
Didn't explode.
It didn't explode. Good for my mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's the mechanic life these days?
And then,
Well, no, you wait.
after that,
keep going,
missing
keep going.
bolts
Missing
and
bolts.
stuff like that. Yeah.
No,
Forks coming up and stuff like that. But for the
Forks-
general,
Forks coming
he's
up.
got everything pretty good.
You know what? I forgot about those stories, but that one with the rag at Star West was funny because I just happened that night. It was the first 450 4-stroke. What was it?
Yours? You got the new 09. It's
Yeah, the
when
09 when it
changed
first came
the
out. So
style.
we got McGrath with us, Brian Ozair, and everybody's trying to take my 450. Nobody had one yet. I think Jeremy did, but I bought the first one that came there. And so I'm all excited to ride this, and Axel bike won't run. And they're trying to start it, and they can't get it. I can't get it started. And McGrath looks at it. He goes, you know what? It almost sounds like somebody left a goddamn rag in the fucking airbox. And I go, yeah, right. Who would do some shit like that? And dude, we took the seat off, took the air clean out, and it was a blue rag stuck in there.
No, that was the second time, I think. The first time it went all the way through, and it went through the tailpipe, and Scott Bell was like, what the hell?
Yeah, but they diagnosed it before we even did it. It says, it sounds like some idiot left a rough bag. And I go, no way. Well, nobody's that stupid. And you know what? And I'm not even sure I did that. It's never
his fault. It's never his fault. Whenever something goes wrong,
I forgot about that.
But
that was a good one. That was a good one.
Who forgot to put the oil cap on? Me.
I forgot about that one too. That's when Bereman turned 21, wasn't it? When we were up there at.
Yeah, and Yeah.
Where were we?
Showed us how to do beer bongs.
What was that town? Turlock. Yeah.
That's where Jamie Gardner also punted that dude.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
I got that in video.
Well, also speaking of video, though, I've noticed your dad's pretty good at filming. I see him on the quad filming. How's his iPhone filming game?
It's pretty good. I wish he had an iPhone so he could film on his phone and we could airdrop, but he refuses to get an iPhone. He just has an Android.
Ooh.
Sends videos and it just looks like a potato.
S22.
But when I give him
I don't know what the difference is, Chris. I really don't. I mean, I tell these guys, iPhones are like assholes.
S22.
Yeah, S22.
Great model.
iPhones are like assholes. Everybody has one. So I'm sticking with Android. Yeah. Okay.
But
I mean, all the latest footage, like that quad, that's all me filming that stuff. So.
No, when he films, it's good. Half the time he starts it when he thinks he's or he ends it when he thinks he's starting
Reverse record.
And then when he gets it, finally, it's in time lapse. It's like, it's like, what's time lapse? But
or
he gets it done.
Or usually. It's a single shot, and he's got that. See, the iPhone's got too much shit.
Or he's a football field away, and he has it in 0.5.
It's an ant on the screen.
Like an ant. Yeah. Just spent an hour trying to trick, and then I'm like, is that an ant?
Well, how was it getting back? I saw you get on the two-stroke in the two-smoker video. How was it?
That was
back on the old pony.
That was kind of a tough. I tell these guys don't put me in the videos, but Ash, he just like this. They want a little cameo at the end of it, so they decided to put me in. And I haven't. I've been off the bike for a while. I mean, I was riding with Axell, until he started getting by me about a year ago. So I kind of hung the boots up and. But I haven't been on a two-stroke, probably since I had a CR250. I was at 94, and it was a lot of fun. But I haven't been on a bike seriously in a couple of years. I mean, I ride them around with Axell, getting them fixed up in the parking lot. But they wanted me to get out. The sun was getting down. We had like 5 minutes, and they wanted me to come down and do that turn that I did in it, with not even getting on a bike and shifting it. So I haven't been on a two-stroke in 20 years. Haven't been on a bike, period. So I asked Axell, Axell, what gear are you hitting at? And he says third or second or third. Second, whatever. Yeah. So I just come out there, bonsai, figure, I got this shit. I started the bike. It was really, so I get up there and hit it. And I know you guys did play that. The first time I got around kind of decent, run at Bereman, and then the second time I shot out of it, and I said, okay, I got this shit. And so then I started getting it. Then I started getting it real good. I mean, and they didn't play any of the good stuff. So
yeah, right. We played the good stuff, and he goes, really? That's me?
No, so I did the full 3-minute lap, triples, doubles. I was pinning it, and they didn't show none of that. He said, look at that. No. So, but no, it was good. I felt pretty good. And, even the next day, just from, at my age, I haven't been riding a lot. The next day, man, I felt like, I felt pretty good. So I said, I got to start riding again. And I know you said you just got back into it.
Oh, yeah.
You get kind of, my thing is when I hit the ground now, it's up. Before I could bounce, get right back up. Now it's like, it's pretty. And at the speed I go, I'm gonna get hurt bad. So I can't risk it.
Oh yeah,
I'm too fast for my breakage.
I feel like though, what is it? 40, 50 plus class? I can see you getting on top of the box.
Actually, that might be the coolest story of a PH. I did see him. He lined up for his buddy Donnie Wilson, gate 40 at Mammoth, and like 40. Intermediate or something. He pulled
no. I was like in my
Mammoth.
50s. I was in my 50s, and Donnie didn't want to race because he was scared. Okay, he made some bullshit excuse. He said, "Just take my bike."
He was scared
because Chris, you know how Mammoth is. It's a blast.
Oh yeah.
So when the race doesn't count, you just go out there and have some fun. I said, I'm gonna have some fun. So I'm all the way outside, and I'm gonna let everybody go and just get out there and do some laps, have some fun. So, like you should do in every race, rather than being all intense, you just got done working out for, in the gym 3 days a week, ready, you got 20 grand on the bike. I go out there on somebody's bike, I'm going to cruise it. So I just let the clutch up, and I'm like 10 bikes up front. I just hit it. So I come all the way over across the top, and these guys are all shitting in the park. I'm fucking dead.
I was scared. You're out front. Like,
no. So there I go.
Did you rip a hole? Or just
no. Gate 40 on the outside.
No. And I went all the way, and I come around. I got all the way down that tree turn, dude. I'm ready to sign autographs. I'm like, I got this shit. And I come around, and then, they can't see it for a while. And then when I get back, everybody's feeling like, fuck ass me. And all of a sudden, I just hit a grenade. But, I don't know.
Pulling the hole up the hill, though, that's something to fucking write home
from
about.
Gate 40 and just roll the clutch out. I mean, I learned a lot. You sit there, and you're spinning 100 mile an hour. You just, and I was gone. So I can't wait to race next time. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got it wired now.
Oh, yeah. I got 12 staples in my leg from Mammoth this year. Oh, it's good.
Oh, you said your leg. I thought you said your shoulder.
Oh, that was Mammoth last year.
Wow.
That was this recently with my shoulder. But yeah, they had a dragon bat tail into 2 doubles, and I cased on the way in and Superman through the doubles and landed on.
I've seen that. They finally changed it. They put that like roller section in. Yeah.
Have
the
you
dragon's back, whatever they're called.
Have you gotten hurt like this in snowboard?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but it's honestly, snowboarding's a little bit easier on the body than moto.
Yeah.
It's but you pay the piper in just about anything.
No, it's a good. Are you gonna go this year?
Yeah, I'm going to Mammoth this year.
Nice.
If my shoulder's healed up in time, but I
Nice.
think it will be. So I'll go gate 40 whole shot.
No, try it.
And then
Do that.
Don't even think about it. Do it slowly.
Well, no. It doesn't really matter what you get. Just just keep rolling out.
I'll be on the line just thinking about that slow clutch.
No wheel spin. Just
No, because we're normally over there like when Axel's
concrete
racing.
start.
Yeah, no, we're holding his bike up. We're burning out, man. We got this. And, the concrete
start.
Man, you're not moving. And I'm just like, bye. Is everybody coming with me? Everybody's back there wide open in 5th gear. Nobody's moving.
Amazing. That is fucking amazing.
No, you can play a whole shot that a donkey. If you look at everybody that gets out there, just you're overamped and you just.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't care. I didn't even thinking about it. Didn't
So
matter.
starting advice from PH is just roll the clutch.
Act like you're not racing.
Roll the
Act like
clutch?
you're
Act like you're not
You're
racing.
just riding with your buddies. When the gate drops, just slowly take off.
Does that work, Axel?
Yeah, when I was racing, I didn't even think about a start. That's when I was ripping hole shots, and then when I think about it, I just get scared and swap out and not get it.
You almost hit a bike.
What? Yeah, I don't know.
So
Racing's
how's the ranch or the Slayground? How you like that?
The ranch, the compound, the Slayground. It's a lot of work. It's nice. We're trying to, we got it all cleaned up, and we got out there first and kind of built it, so all the edges were a little bit rough, but we're trying to make it look, we're stacking boulders
He didn't get
around.
the memo of the ringer.
What is that ringtone?
No, I thought I turned it down.
Yeah, but what is it?
He changed
What was that,
it. He got
techno?
bored of his first one.
Hey, it's an S22, dude. It came it came with it.
S22 built in.
These guys are loud, but it's got some disco flair to it.
That shit came on the other night. We're like, what?
Sorry about that, Chris.
And we look at my dad. He's just like,
I'd like to slap some respect on that S22 ringtone right there.
No, dude, it's so good. I don't even answer the calls. It goes to voice box. I want to listen to the song. I go, damn, that's that tune.
I'll tell you what, Axel, I might have to pick up an S22.
just download WhatsApp.
But no, not to get back to ranch. It's coming along good. It's a lot of work. It's fun, and it's beautiful. And we've been out there quite a bit lately. And it gets hot out there, but from 5 o'clock to 8 at night, it's just there's animals and deer running around, and coyotes and birds and snakes. Rattlers are out now, but it's all green out there now. It just is beautiful. So we love it out there.
Yeah, you guys got a well, or is that,
Got a well.
Got a well.
And how's running that water truck?
It's fun. I'm normally a water guy, so yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of work. It's hot. There's no AC in there. We finally just got a new one with AC, but we got good water tanks now. At first, we had like 1 tank where we'd struggle to fill it up. Now we got 4 with the gravity feed, so now we got all the water we need.
Sick. And then the skiddy, how's running the skid?
Skiddy's fun. It's just like, it's time. It's like a dirt bike. You got to fuck something up to learn how to fix it right and do it right the next time, and it's a lot of fun. I got the skiddy down now to where I could groom everything good and get that good. Now I just got to figure out the dozer, which is different because you don't have a bucket. You just got a blade and you're pushing dirt, and you can wreck stuff really quickly in that thing. So just trying to figure that out now.
Yeah, we're getting a dozer next week.
God damn, you guys got to start a full excavation company.
Well, you know what?
No, I just want to learn how to build sick jumps. So I was like, I'm going to build this right here.
No, but when you first start out, if you just get some land, you start out with a skiddy, and then if you get a little bit of money in this industry, which is impossible, then you go buy a water truck. Then your next is a dozer, then a loader, then an excavator. So we're almost to the dozer part, and if anybody out there from Caterpillar is listening, we need some help. So.
Use promo code Axell96 at checkout for Caterpillar for 10% off.
Well, no, we got a D3, and I hate saying D3 because the D5, the bigger it is, the bigger the equipment. So when you're contracting, oh man, I got a D8. So
That's what he thinks he is now. We got a couple of tractors. He's like, oh, dude, I feel like a contractor. I'm going to get this shit looking all
Oh, no, we line it up. We
line them up.
Yeah, we back up. Water truck, dozer,
That's the word
skiddy.
I've been hearing the last 3 weeks. Contractor. Hey, I'm a contractor.
Well, shit, it's the fan. You go dig some foundations. And
Yeah, no,
you
it's
guys are all
good.
set.
Yeah. No, there's nothing fun in getting out in equipment. You know, you get out there in the morning, nobody's out there. You can go do what you want and end up the day riding. And, you know, we got a buddy that comes out in a helicopter. So, I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere. So we got everything out there. It's just machinery. It's fun. And then when we stop,
A lot of dirt.
No traffic, no people, no nothing. It's out remote.
Get all cross-eyed in the skiddy, just backing up. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, excellent.
Sorry, that was a bush.
You know what I want to see more of is quad footage.
Quad footage? I got a lot of quad
I
footage.
like seeing the quad. Like I like when you get kind of like a little bit sketchy on the quad.
I got a quad clip for you that I haven't dropped yet.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think you should
may
do
have
it-
just send it to you.
You
Bomb
should-
will get dropped.
Yeah, we'll drop it on here. See, I think
one-wheeled a quad. They got it up on 2,
Oh,
and
no
then I
way.
hit a bump and went 1, did a wheelie.
I think you should do Slayground 4 quad edition. All quad.
My quad videos go harder than my dirt bike videos, so that's the sad part.
You ever eye up the doubles and the quarter pipe or anything like that?
No. I've hit like on the 110 track, yeah, I've hit a couple of those, but I've gotten messed up on my quad pretty bad to where I tried to nose wheelie it and I endoed it, and the rack almost smushed my head. Then after that, it kind of humbled me on the quad to where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna respect this thing and not
Respect
die
the
on
quad.
it. Yeah, and I'm not gonna post that clip because
Well, those jumps on that, they're more. You need more worm burners. You know, those things. They're not made for with
the
quad.
quad's
jump.
fast though. Don't you get out of control quick on that thing? You think a 450's fast? That thing's a 750 thumb throttle. You're
Well, we got Kawasaki. We got a kind of a new one Axell did, but the one we had when he was quad god guy, we wrecked it. It was ashes, but Ash finally got his fix. We got a new one, and then Ash comes out about a month ago and gets on Axell's new one, and decided to.
This was like last week. He's like filming me, and I like am still doing the line, doing a wheelie, and I look over, and he's on my quad. I just see my quad rolling down a hill.
No.
And then I go over to him. He's like, "Oh no, quad's fine." And I'm like, "Come on, dude, that's mine though." He goes, "Quad for quad." I'm like, "You're right."
Well, wait, that you know what? You're right.
Because I endoed his quad and bent all the racks.
No,
on
but the
it.
one that he wrecked a couple months ago, that was his too, though. When the guy leaned on it.
Oh no, that was another quad rolling story.
But that was Ash's
That
quad.
was his quad.
Okay,
yeah.
For some reason I was confused that way. But Ash had his quad. We just got all fixed up, and he's out there, and this thing's like, I don't know, what is it, 10 years old? But it's all brand new. Nobody can touch it but Ash. And they're filming Axell when he's learning that backflip wheelie thing he's doing. Did you name that yet? The backflip wheelie?
Backflip wheelie.
Okay. But so Ash parks up the top of the quarter pipe, and that thing's like 28 feet up in the air, right on the edge. And he stops it and leaves it neutral. And we got all the filmers up there. And one of the filmers getting kind of tired, and he leans back against the quad that's kind of sit on the front rack. And that thing just starts rolling. He goes, whoa, and he goes to grab it, and it dropped right off 28 feet. Ash is sitting there looking. He's going, what the fuck? And that thing, boom. I mean, totaled it. We had to pick
I look at Ash. I'm like,
we had
no
to pick
ways
it
to
up.
kill this guy. Look.
So yeah, we got some quad stories. It's amazing. They're dangerous. They're dangerous.
The OG quad, we had an old 300 Honda quad. That's where Ash taught me. He rolled that thing and he cracked the whole thing, and you guys were gone, and he's putting like stickers on the cracks. He's like, "Oh, this thing's gonna be good." PH isn't gonna see this thing.
Well, is that the one we had? And it's
The red one?
Yeah.
I watched Ash roll that thing way back in the day.
Seems like you guys been getting busy on the pitters too.
Yeah, I've always ridden 110s. That's kind of what I learned how to ride dirt bikes on, because we had an acre down below, and he built me a little 50 track, and we just dick around down below on 110s all day.
You gonna flare that thing?
Once Pat lands it, I'll probably step in the ring. But
have you ever tried one on a BMX or anything?
Yeah, into the airbag. Just I'm not confident enough to go send it on a dirt bike. Especially after watching Pat go do it, and
he gets on. He's sitting a quarter pipe now. Axell's got him going up in a 450, but he hits that thing in 110 better than he does in 450. You should show him that video. But I mean, Casey hits that the quarter pipe 110, and I mean throws it.
But even him hitting a quarter pipe on a 450, he hasn't even hit like a stock straight 50-foot ramp, and he's like, "Oh, I want to hit the quarter pipe because that's like I can do it on a BMX bike." So he just comes over, hits it. It's like
I think we got to
it's
figure
so
out.
sketchy. Then he crashes on the fourth one. He's like, "Oh, fuck. He just picks it up and just does it again. It's like, dude, that's the gnarliest ramp ever. You can't even get anyone on a dirt bike to hit it. He just doesn't even think about it. He just sends it.
He needs to get a battery in his BMX bike because the lighter it is, the higher he goes. And if we could get his bicycle
have you ridden any of the e-dirt bikes? My buddy just bought one, and they're fucking kind of crazy.
Yeah, I've ridden one back in the day for a little bit. It was fun. It was torquey, but it's just different.
It is.
And I just remember the battery was getting hot, so that scared me. The battery would get hot and it would lose power, and I didn't want to go over a double and lose power. But
you know what? They're the shit for like a backyard, like if you live in a city and you have like a nice yard and you want to like rip a 110 track and not be loud as hell. That's where the kind of the shit.
Which one are you talking about? The Alto or that new one? There's the Stark?
Yeah, I think it's that Stray. Fuck, I forget.
No, you talking about the little bicycle? The little
it's more like a 110.
Yeah, no, okay, but they got a new electric bike, full on, like 450.
Really?
Was it Stark?
I see Josh Hill.
Yeah,
Josh Hill.
that one, yeah. Eric Bernard's involved in it. Yeah. That's supposed to be a good bike.
yeah, but they have tons of like mountain bike kind of versions of those things down. Then the Stasics, all those little kids are
Stasic, that's what you're trying to say.
I think so, yeah. Well, the thing is like what's going to happen when I heard Kawasaki's going no gas bikes after 2035 or something they announced. I heard like all bike companies like way down the road, but like what are you going to do when there's no rev limiter? Like, I don't know. It seems...
I'll be 35 by then, hopefully.
You'll be racing vet class and 40.
Electric vet class racing. Be out of it.
Yeah.
Hopefully have a DBK type deal going like Twitch.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Slayco.
Slayco's booming.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that. I know there's emissions. Everybody's trying to meet, but I didn't. They announced that.
I heard like, I don't know if, I could be totally wrong, but somebody said like one of the dirt bike manufacturers are all like claiming like 2040, 2035.
Yeah.
Everything's electric, which seems like things are heading that way. I don't know, like, what are you going to say? Oh, I got to hit that table. What do you hit it in? Like mid-range, like, like, I don't know.
4 amps.
Yeah.
That's a 4 amps.
Yeah. Yeah, not
your battery's on half, hit a little quicker.
But you know what I think is gonna be cool? Like, let's just go into the future in 35. And everybody's going around on these stupid, like, you don't hear them, and then all of a sudden you break out a 2-stroke.
Oh yeah,
you go to check. Everybody's out there nice and quiet. Everybody's sitting there, everybody's watching the birds and shit, and they're riding around. You can't hear nothing. Here you come on your 2-stroke. We did it. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll just break out the old shit.
Mm-hmm. You know another clip we didn't talk about that I have on my notes is the manual to backflip. Wheelie to backflip. How's that?
It's actually good. It's more throttle control than everything because I was doing it up such a steep, like, I was doing up my quarter pipe landing, my original one I had, and there's rubber at the top. So by the time you get there, you have so much traction, you're more just rolling the throttle to get it to flip. So just kind of a matter of being in the right place at the right timing and getting that down, which I don't know. It was scary to learn because I just didn't know what was going to really happen. But once I got it pretty good. And then, I don't know, the next week I actually tried like 100 times to do wheelie, backflip, wheelie, and keep it going. And I got so focused on wheeling out, I just did like probably 150 just wheelie to backflips in a row trying to stick the wheelie. So to where I wasn't even thinking about it. So the wheelie to backflip's dialed. The next step, I want to get the wheelie backflip, the wheelie, just keep it going.
Slayground 4, wheelie backflip wheelie?
Probably, yeah.
So wait, Chris, there's going to be a Slayground 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's waiting for it. Everybody's talking Slayground 4.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too, is like I like when you do the like Manny, or I guess you call them wheelies. Wheelie, nose wheelie, no. It's like it reminds me of like a skate line or like a snowboard line. You got Gimbal God following you.
Yeah, it's fun. And you can just keep adding.
We got to start naming that shit because, he's doing
Don't come up with like weird old the old names or
Can or
I'm not trying to name everything.
No, but you got to have a name. If you do it first, you
the heel clicker wheelie.
Just
like what do you want to call it?
You say manual to wheelie. Let's name it. Okay, call it the PH. No, but I'm just saying. I mean, you get the honor. But you get the honor of name on a jump if you did it first, right?
It's true, yeah.
And so I don't know, backflip wheelie. I mean,
what would you call it? PH?
Something stupid. I don't know.
The stogie roll.
Let's call it the Y. Why are you doing that? I mean, I don't know. It just seems like it should have. Like when Ash was back in the LBZ, everybody had a cool name for their jump. I mean, I don't know what you name it, but
I don't know. He likes getting credit for shit.
no, I want you to have credit for shit. I don't care. I'm done. Like so, I don't care.
PH basically did the backflip to Manny.
Yeah,
to Wheelie.
he tells
basically
everyone how
did
to do it. You got to do this. You got to bring it.
Well, no, I got it. I could see what you were doing.
Yeah.
So
if you want to learn how to alley-oop, ask with PH.
no, but
How much unsolicited advice was going down on the alley-oop?
well, you know what? I can see it, and then when I go give it to Axell, he just gets pissed. Okay, yeah, I'm Axell, come here, and he says, "Oh shit," and he gets mad. He comes over, he doesn't listen, he gets pissed, and then even though I'm telling him the right shit to do, he's so mad. He's so mad at me. He goes and he does it.
He's fueled by spite.
He kind of knows what I'm going to say.
spite.
He knows what I'm going to say. He didn't want to hear it. I don't know what I'm doing. Shut up. But it just gets him so mad that he does it.
So basically, you do the trick because you get him so mad.
Yeah. He
It's
just
essentially
Hey,
like
if it weren't for him, where do you think all this shit
no.
comes
He's
from?
mad. He's mad because he can't do the trick.
That's what my life's come down to.
Wait, no, he
Dad,
can't
I don't
do
want you to come. He's like, you kidding me? Where does shit come from? I'm like, you got a point.
No, he said, Dad, I don't need you to go anymore, okay? He said, I got this. I go, Axell, I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this because I brought you into my shit, okay? You're coming with me. You just happen to be out there on a bike. This is my shit. I mean, I've been doing moto my whole life. And all of a sudden, okay, Dad, I got it. Like I got to go home. No, I'm bringing you.
I gave up.
So I brought him up here with me to Salt Lake City because I came up to see my buddies at the moto.
you brought Axell with you.
I brought Axell with me. I said, Dad, this is my shit. You know, I don't need my daddy no more. I don't want to be with him. He's with me. It's like, awesome. Axell, what are you doing here? Why are you here? This is my shit. Like I'm new to moto. Oh, yeah, Dad, you don't know.
It's good of you to bring
Axell, can I go to the motocross with you? I seen them dirt bikes. It's kind of cool. I really like them. I mean, he was 5 years old. Dad, what is that? Axell, this is a motorcycle. It's going to scare the shit out of you. No, Daddy. No, you're going to like it. Okay, then he got hurt. I nursed him back to it. Got him back on it. Dad, do I got to do it again? And all of a sudden, now he's badass. Dad, what are you doing here? It's like, I'm here.
I'm glad you brought Axell with you to Supercross.
I brought Axell with me, Chris.
I'm glad
Thanks for bringing me, Dad.
You don't mind him sitting in with us? Yeah.
So it's going to be
cool.
The Bomb Hole presents PH with guest appearance. Axell Hodges.
No, look, Axell's over. His dad's here. He's with his dad.
So,
Oh my God.
look at his dad's with Axell.
Well, no, Axell, just start calling me Philip, and they'll just think we're hanging out. Hey, Philip, come here. They won't know.
I got a dog named Phil.
Do you?
Yeah.
2 L's?
My brother's name's Phil too. Philip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, 1 L. And I have a tattoo right here that says "fuck Phil." But
No.
you go by Philip, huh?
Well, you know what? It's funny because when I was in 3rd grade, there was 3 Philips, and one went by Flip, one went by Phil, and I went by Philip. The 3rd grade teacher said, "Nope, we got to kind of give you a nickname." So I was always Philip, but
And then how'd you get PH?
these guys, I mean, I don't know. Where did PH?
I don't know.
You know, it
Your
just,
buddies?
you get JT, you get CJ, and PH never sounded like it was 2 letters you would use, but now I hear it so much, it sounds like it is my name. I mean, everybody calls me PH, so.
Or
I don't know
Wallach,
where'd it come from.
I don't know.
Wallet guy, that was, I kind of named myself by mistake, and you can't name yourself on that. Did an interview with me, and he asked me, he goes, how long ago was this? You were like 15, 16?
Same story. Where all this shit come from?
No.
Guy.
No, Axell's 15. He's 15 years old, and they want to come over and do an interview with me. And again, I don't know why, so I'm sitting there, and we're broke. We're still racing. And I got bikes broken. We're out of money. We're not quite out of money, but we're going broke doing it.
No, we're out of money.
And and like the night before, Mr. Know-It-All, Mr. Motocross, he didn't know, but my wife and I were fighting about everything. I got to get on a bike. I got to go, we're fighting about it, money.
Yeah, I knew that because I know it all. I'll be in the shower. You guys like, fuck, I got to get this 250.
Yeah. So we're just spending, we're all in on motocross, and I'm just money, and parts, tires, traveling. And so they open an interview up with, they go, "So Philip, what's your role in all this motocross stuff?" And I'm looking at everything. We're broke. And I go, you know what? And I wasn't trying to name myself. I go, call me Wallet Guy. because I was just thinking about my wallet. That's where the money used to be. And it's funny, Chris. It didn't. The interview came out, and it's still on YouTube or whatever. But nobody ever said it. And then Twitch happened to, like 6 months later. Fast forward, Instagram started getting cool. And Twitch sees me. He goes, "Hey, wallet guy!" And when Twitch said it, then all of a sudden, everybody picked up on it, and
it's a good nickname.
Yeah, I got
caught like wildfire.
Yeah. So.
Hey, looking at my notes here, I got another quick question because we got some time, but you guys probably got to get moving here quickly. But
well, whoa! You said JP Walker's in here 4 hours. We only got an hour.
I thought you guys got to go fucking top golf.
No, I told you he's going for.
No, we got top Walker.
I mean, if you guys want to push top golf, this is going great. Let's keep it going.
I'm kidding, no, Chris. I'm kidding.
But I seen you 360 the pit bike.
Yeah,
is that going down the 450?
Hopefully, yeah. I want to do a 360. I haven't really tried one. Because I know they do 360s, but they don't really do it quite like that, where you're just rotating it. It's a backflip, and you turn into the left or right. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to get my airbag out this sometime soon and see what happens.
A flat 360.
You just never really know until you try something. Because I've heard they tried it like when they were doing it back in the day, and like they get backwards, but the tire and gyros slow it down. So you just never really know until you try. It worked on the 110. You just got to shift up a gear.
I'd love to see that. A big old 450 barking.
Yeah. Either that or if that doesn't work, I'd love to do like a 270 like on a hip and just point the nose down the BMX style. Just
oh my God.
Let it go.
Amazing.
Playground force stuff.
Casey would probably try that in a bag.
For sure.
He'd be the guinea pig on that. He'd probably pull it off.
That's why I did a 360. He did the first one on the 110 because we were doing them small and landing on top. Pat's like, that's lame. I'm going to do it over the whole thing. He just comes in third gear, pan, and just hucks one. It looked like he was going to do a 180 because he didn't spin at all. Then the last second, he just like muscled it and landed it. I'm like, shit, I got to try that now. And then I did one. It's just all commitment. Once it comes around, it comes around. But
have you done one on a BMX bike first?
Yeah, that's where I learned on BMX.
You got to have that.
But every time I BMX, I do a 360 on a BMX, I alley-oop and I go to the right and I spin left. So on a dirt bike, I think it's so like weighted, I'm just forced to do it straight.
Love it, dude. I need a whip clinic from you guys, man. Holy shit, I got the butt whip going bad. I got to figure this shit. I got to figure my shit out.
I got that mastered. The butt whip.
You got the? Are you good with the butt whip?
Yeah, they even made me a sticker. The PH butt whip.
He throws a look back in there too. Make sure.
Yeah, look back.
Classic.
Look back to make sure you saw it.
Yeah,
that was a big move in my day. That was if you go up me. That means you're passing somebody. You're looking back. It's just even if you're not fast, it makes you feel fast. So
amazing.
But what do you get down to San Diego at all? Do you?
Not too much, honestly. But
you need to come down there.
I'd like to check out your guys' compound there.
Yeah.
Heard you guys are building a shop.
Yeah. We got that. We got the building delivered. We're just waiting on the permit.
Just
for it.
metal building.
Metal building.
Nice.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we do a thing called hot takes here. So maybe I'll do it with both of you. I'll start with Axell and then I'll do it with PH. How does that sound?
Well, I'm with him, so you can go him first.
All right.
Wait, include Austin in this.
Yeah, Austin. Let's do a 3-part.
Okay.
Yeah, you can come hit one of these mics. Get in here.
There's
Austin,
no
get
way
in here.
Ty's getting in here.
Hey, it's a family deal. It's a family deal.
We got the best story when he hit the 100-foot jump and the nut fell off his suspension.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Suspension when he hit like the 140-footer, he comes back and the bolt's not on the bottom.
We didn't tell Axell. He never knew.
Yeah, he never knew.
No, that was the McGraths. That was Slayground 2.
This one's good.
You know about this, Axell?
No, he never told him.
No. Yeah,
Tell him.
That was a 165-foot double down there.
This one's good.
No, were you there?
Yeah, I was in the.
I forgot all about that. But no, we had a new bike. We put suspension on, and I didn't put the suspension on. Somebody else did.
That's
never his fault.
No, but the rear shock.
Okay, someone else did. Let's go with that.
But the rear shock goes in. What they call? What is that? The
linkage?
Yeah, the linkage.
Yeah,
and the bolt that goes through the swing arm, the big bolt. Okay, it's got the big bolt that goes through that holds the linkage on, and the shock bolt's in there. And Axell's out there. It's the night before, and he's jumping. He comes in, we're checking the bike out, and I'm going through it, and I get on the bottom, and there's no nuts on the suspension on the bottom. And on both on the shock and the swing arm nut. And I went, what the hell? And you were there, we're like, so we just put them on real quick. And nothing happened. Nothing happened to nobody. So nobody said anything. And we were like, holy shit. So
Until now.
we don't want to tell
Bomb hole
Axell
exclusive.
No, because he would have freaked the next day ride, so we couldn't say nothing. But we made it out alive, and I don't know. I don't know what happened on that
We
one.
made it out alive.
I didn't want to say nothing.
We made it out alive.
I looked at the bike.
Keyword we.
I'm glad we made it out alive.
No, because something happens to him, it happens to me too at home. So we made it.
We made
it. No, Axell made it. He
Axell,
made
how do you
it.
feel about that? 160, is that what it was?
Yeah, that was a big ass double down there. I never knew about that. I remember filming it. He shit his pants. My brother also was filming. You just hear,
Oh, yeah.
He moves the camera. You can't even see it.
No, but
Biggest double of my life. I didn't know the bolts came out of the link.
No, Austin
that
fell.
would have been good.
Remember, he fell down. He fell on the ground. He couldn't even watch it. But Axell, because he kept running his jump. It's that big one in Slayground too, McGrath, where he comes
Dude,
around.
It was so big.
And you hit it, and it's all blinded. And he was running at it for a week, just and he hear him shut off. And all of a sudden, about a week later, Austin was out there, and we're filming, getting ready. And I hear him. I go, he's going to hit it this time because he didn't let up. And he hit it. And he goes up in the air, and Austin, I look back at Austin, which he can't watch. He's kind of worse than my wife, than his mother, because he's seen him get hurt when he was 5 years old, so it scares him. But Austin dropped, and Axell's just like gone. I'm like, holy shit, that's a big jump. And he's up there, just, and he's not coming down. He's looking down. Hey.
You're looking at the bolt.
He's looking. He look at his watch. He's still looking at us. Sent a couple text messages. Nothing. Then he landed, but it was big.
No, the first time I hit that thing, the landing was so narrow. I landed off the side of it. It's like landing in PAL. And I'm just like, oh.
Well, I had a little turn to
it. Just like throttled out of it and lived.
Yeah, no, it was blinded, but when he hit
I
it,
didn't have a swing
turn.
arm bolt in my bike.
Yeah, and he just the back pushed on the side, and I think we got photos of that of the track, the landing, but it just barely.
End of the
I mean, he made
story
it, but
is-
it almost pushed down. Luckily, it didn't have a bolt on it, so it was a little bit lighter.
Hey, we live.
Otherwise,
we live.
otherwise,
We live.
Chris, otherwise it would have sunk.
Lucky it didn't have a bolt on it.
Lucky it didn't have the correct
It was a little lighter.
We live.
So I didn't push through it. He made it. I go, whoa, it's time to, okay, he made it. Let's put the nuts back on it.
We lived.
Hey, Chris, we made it. We made it.
Luckily it didn't have a bolt. You guys are out of your fucking mind.
Axell goes, I can't believe that. I go, I can. You didn't have no nuts on your suspension. He's like, what?
That's worse than the oil cap.
That's why I took the bolts off. I knew what I was doing.
Holy shit. Okay, we're going to get into hot takes. Here we go. So we like to ask, Michael Jordan. We'll do it with snowboarding, but we're going to do it with motocross. Who's the Michael Jordan of moto? Who you got?
Ricky Carmichael.
PH?
I got to go with my boy McGrath.
Hodges?
That's a tough one. Stewie?
Stu, curveball.
You know what? All three of those are, Stewart, Carmichael, McGrath.
Those are the three dogs.
Those are the dogs.
Amazing. Okay, who's the most underrated on a bike?
Me.
PH.
Austin.
PH.
All right, here's a good one. Who's got the best style ever on a dirt bike?
MC.
Emick had a pretty good whip, though, didn't he? MC. MC.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, and then the last one we always ask is worst trend. Worst trend. What do you got?
Tight gear.
Okay.
I'll go with that
I mean,
one.
I've been running tight sleeves for a while, but it's time to bring baggies back.
It is. Oh, are you going over the pants, over the boots? I mean,
I might do a pair.
holy shit!
Slayco96.com.
Wow. Promo code PH. Does he have a promo code for discounts, or he gets a kickback?
Yeah, it's we.
We were all right. We got out all right after that suspension bolt didn't go in there.
Yeah.
We were fine.
Very good.
Use promo code WE for 20% off. Slayco96.com. PH gets a kickback.
No, but you know what? We do have promo codes. We do.
Yeah, we do.
We got we. Well, I meant me and Mom and Farrah, not you. You're not even included in this we.
PH, what do you got for worst trend?
iPhones.
Okay. You going Droid?
S22.
S22.
The S22.
You're gonna check those out, aren't you? You're gonna
I
show
think
you
I
what
wanted to
is it?
switch.
You know, what,
Hodges got 2 phones. You got an S22 over there, Hodges?
this might be an S20, but my buddy just Anthony at X Games. He just got the 22. And
Oh,
it's bad. But
You guys talk droid?
we talk a little droid.
You kick tires talking droid?
We talk droid.
What do you guys talk? What's the banter?
Well,
about?
he's got the new like high definition 7K camera. But he's got like 4. I got only 3 lenses. I don't know. It's all the new shit. Listen, I kind of invented these things in '91, and I'm all over them now. I almost, when I left it in the car this morning, I was just going to leave it, and then, but you know, that's what caught the next flight. Now it'd been nice to been out the phone. You know, I got all the shit on it. You talk on it. Hello, goodbye. So I was just a flip phone, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So
solid. All right. Well, what's next? What do we got going on next for Slayco96.com and Axell Hodges?
You know what? We should promo that gear. We got gear coming, probably motocross gear, 3 different styles.
I don't know. He's on the gear. We're on the gear company by we. He's on the gear.
No.
So it was supposed to be here a month ago, but hopefully this month. It's supposed to get in next week and start selling it here.
We're getting it like a week. He's getting it in like a week. Okay, he's gonna have gear coming out here.
This time it is we.
He has new gear coming out that he's worked real hard to get. He spent all night invoicing, paying, ordering, getting it here, shipping the shit, inventory the shit, loading it up. He has new gear coming out. That's the next thing. We did a collaboration with Monster Energy. We got black gear coming out with Monster Energy. We're excited about it.
I have new gear coming out.
I got new Slayco gear coming out. My company Slayco. Okay, you can wear it on your Kawasaki bikes that I'm sponsored by. Okay.
What else? What about bike stuff? Are you doing anything this summer? You guys got X Games, right? Are you doing that at the compound again?
There's talk about that right now. It's not official, but we've been talking about doing X Games again at the property, and I don't know. I want to film something. I kind of want to film something different and kind of travel around instead of just filming at the Slayground. Maybe hit some spots and try to do some different shit that's new, but not at the Slayground, and
travel
in the desert and the street, wherever.
Travel
some new stuff.
Greenville?
I want to travel a little bit.
We're
gonna travel a little.
Do
bit.
I get to go?
No.
So PH is gonna bring you with you?
No, Dad, can I come?
Yeah, we'll go. We'll go on the road, Axel. You can come with us.
Yeah. We're gonna do some new stuff.
You gonna come to Caneville? What, any Utah spots?
I do want to come to Caneville.
Hit
That's
me
one
up.
spot
Let's
I've
do
never
this.
hit.
Yeah,
it looks
hit me
really
up.
fun.
I don't know it at all, but I'll tag along. And
looks like they got some big stuff there.
I'll probably have an S22 by then. I don't be able to film with it.
I know you're gonna check it out.
What's next on the agenda for PH?
You know, we're like Axel said, we're in discussions right now with X Games, getting that. The building, of course, we're still working with the county, San Diego, to get the permits for the building. That's going to be a lot. Got the dozer.
Just more dirt bike jumps, probably.
And then,
It's going to be riding more dirt bikes and doing shit on it.
We got Pala, the first Fox Raceway, they call it now, but that's the first Nationals end of the month. So Monster's doing a best whip.
We're doing jump shows. I don't think they're doing best whip anymore. They're just doing demos.
So we're doing demos there, and then right after that, something happened after. We're going somewhere. Where you?
I couldn't tell you what I'm doing tomorrow.
You actually tell us what you are doing tomorrow.
We are jumping demos at Salt Lake City Supercross. We do like 3 demos.
No, I'm not jumping that. You said we. I'm going to be watching that one.
I'm jumping.
When you said we, he means the freestyle guys, right? Okay.
Yeah, the Supercross finale is tomorrow, the season closer, and we get to do jumps at some of the stops. So it's going to be the closing demo. And
Chris, this isn't live, is it?
Whips and stuff.
No, this is actually going to come out way after this. That's fine, though.
Okay, because I heard Tomac's not racing.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Did you know that, Axel?
I wouldn't race either.
Yeah, but, you know, he gets bonus and all that. Plus, everybody here wants to see him ride. Well, you're probably right. His knee's all messed up. So.
Well, maybe Ombre will take it.
Probably should.
4 for 4.
What do you think? Who do you think's taking it?
You know, he looked pretty good. Probably.
What do you think about Hunter taking the East-West shootout? East title. Is it East or West? I can't remember. West.
Well, no. He's battling with
Craig.
Yeah, in the West.
It comes down to the race.
I think.
But he lost.
No.
He won the last 3.
Yeah. So if he wins tonight, he wins.
But I think tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
But he's got not if he wins. I think Craig's got to finish I think he's got 18 points on him.
Okay.
So he's got to probably finish 10th or worse.
Oh, really? I thought it was a win. Whoever wins.
No.
Oh, so Craig's got a lock.
25 points a race, 22, I think second, 23rd, or whatever. So he's got 18 points on him.
So Craig's got a grenade, basically.
But if he decides to end and do all this crazy shit or try to jump in the sand and do a line that he's never done before and try to do it when he passes, I mean.
But it is East-West. So
East-West shootout.
Brother could take him out.
Oh, so it is.
Jack could step in and take him out.
Yeah, it's true.
Clean him out.
Oh.
Jack could clean him out.
So wait, so the East-West is going to determine that.
No, it's a shootout.
It's an East-West shootout.
Well, you know what? I was talking to Corey Barbie, and he was talking to them, so he was training with them yesterday. So they're going for it. The Hunter boys are.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, they're ripping.
But you know what? Craig's a good buddy of ours. We like him too.
We may get a PH pre-run on the course.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll get out Craig's old man, the Stingray. We'll go do some laps.
Amazing. All right. Well, before we wrap this,
do you know the Stingray?
I don't know the Stingray. No.
His dad? You don't know him?
No. I'm a so totally out of not connected to the dirt bike.
So you're not moto. You're just all snowboard.
I mean, I in my head I'm moto, but I don't know. Like I said, just a disaster out there on the track. But I love it.
So, but we could.
So are we.
So we could have intelligent conversation about like LibTech and all those old boards and all that stuff.
No, we can talk. I can talk moto all day. It's just like everybody that's a snowboarder is just like tuning out of the podcast. But with this, it's great. They're having a good time because you guys are keeping them entertained. All right, I want to know, PH. I asked Axell earlier, who's your favorite snowboarder? I know you're big on snowboarding.
I mean, Austin was kind of. We got into it when Austin was younger, and I like Danny Cass.
Wow. Respectable answer. I'm going to give it an air horn. That's a fucking respectable answer.
Oh, thank you.
I for sure thought you were going Sean White, USASA story.
No, I'm a Danny Cass kind of guy.
I heard Austin was a USASA champ.
He was the guy.
What class we talking?
It was the double A. What do they call that?
No. Was it? It was age groups. It was age groups.
16.
16.
No,
and
it was the USSSA or
USASA. What location was it? Was it
Mammoth?
Mammoth. Okay, sick.
I can't tell you a quick story about that.
Yeah.
So how old were you? 15? 14? But wait. So we go up there.
I told you, pissed.
He does not look.
No. But also he was a ripper. I mean, he was out there. Little Sean was out there when I was a little Volcom. Yeah, look at me. Mom and Dad behind him and all that. And I was following Austin, but Austin gets up there and he's ripping pretty good. I like the border cross. Austin was ripping that. It was kind of reminded me of the dirt bikes, to get in. And I mean, it's fucking fastest guy down wins. So he gets into the freestyle, or what was slope style? Was it slope style? And he's 15, getting ready to turn 16. His old brother's got a truck, and Austin's been bugging me. Dad, I got to get a truck. I'm turning 16. We got to buy a truck. He wanted to get this Dodge Dakota, and I'm going, yeah, right, Austin. At $20,000, we're going to get this truck. We're going to buy him a used piece of shit, like a 68 Nova or something. And he kept saying, he wouldn't stop whining about this truck. And so we're in this meet, and it's the Nationals, and it's at Mammoth, and he gets in slope style. And I said, I'll tell you what, Austin, which is just, snowball and chance in hell that he's going to win this thing. I go, if you win this thing, I'll buy you that Dakota truck. Okay, thinking no way. And so Austin goes down the hill, and they had they had the big tabletops. Just kind of like the dirt bikes, big long tabletops.
Slope style course.
Slope style jumps. Yeah, so you could go down the right side and do all your shit and hit the right tabletop, or go down the left.
Hips. You're talking about hips. Yep.
There's like a channel gap.
Channel gap. Okay.
Okay, but they were tabletops on a dirt bike. So
yeah, you got to get your terminology right.
But it's okay. What is it?
Channel gap sounds like from Austin.
Well, it was a channel gap on a big hip.
Got
two hips. So they were so big. That's where the judges were. They had all the booth up there, all the ESPN guys and NBC Sports. No, but they're this is a big. This is a big event. And they're all up there, and Austin out of nowhere, everybody's hitting and doing their shit, their flips, or all that. And Austin, nobody's done it yet. That's what you got creativity on. He did the takeoff on the one hip, and then cleared
the channel gap.
The channel gap. With the other one, everybody's whoa, and he wins it. Okay,
you got to hit the channel.
Screaming it, and I'm up top going, fuck. I gotta buy a fucking truck. So I was kind of mad about it. I'm like, take him out on the bottom. So, but
they protest. You should have protested.
No, PH was filming on one of these.
So wait, listen.
You just hold that thing all day and grenade.
So he does a gap, and so we ended up winning. Did I say we? We won it. We won.
Now, PH, this
That's
is
our brother says. He says, you just live your life to your kids. I go, you're goddamn right I am. What are you doing?
So, PH, I don't know if you're familiar with this. This is a thing a lot of people use in sports. They're called smelling salts. And basically, like hockey players use them right before they go on a shift. We started using them on the podcast to get fired up. But you smell them. It's not a drug. Totally legal. You can buy them anywhere. You crack it, you smell it, and it kind of wakes you up. You have any interest in hitting one of these?
Am I talking like I need that? am I falling asleep on you over here? I thought he's breaking a bunch of Norcos. He's like, I broke my hip last night. He said,
Hey, yeah, we will sniff that.
All right, who wants to start it?
What did you want me to? Or?
Yeah, I want PH. Okay, so what you do?
Well, wait, but I don't know how hard you hit it. Is it gonna let you hit it first?
Here's what you do. No, I'm not gonna hit it first because I do these all the time. They run out of vinegar pretty quick. So you squeeze it.
Am I running out of? I
want you to get the full experience, PH. So
you
here's what you're gonna squeeze it, and it'll pop, and then immediately just give it a, and then you'll just wake. You'll wake right up. Don't be scared of it.
Am I sleeping over here? I thought I was doing good.
We're gonna set it around. It's just a good way to end the podcast.
Sniff it.
And then hand it right to me because it dies in like 5 seconds. It's like ammonia. You gotta squeeze it. There it is.
Whoa.
Wrong.
Holy fuck.
There it is.
I'm up.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. Woo. It's still going.
Man,
I wasn't expecting that. Whoa.
Don't put a little lead in your pencil right there.
That's some wee sauce. I'm going to be talking now.
Okay, we got another 2 hours.
Wow.
You know what? You got to hit
Austin there. Try it.
Hit that, Austin.
I'll tell you what, Axell, right before high air in the quarter pipe, little pro tip, smack a smelling salt. You'll go to the fucking ceiling of the building.
You need to lace me up with a couple of those. You need to lace us up. Because this is a team effort.
We're using these on a podcast. All of a sudden, it kind of dies out. You hit the sauce and you go,
we're definitely winning.
Okay, let's go now. Let's go. Wait, is that how it starts, Chris? Okay, start now. We're back.
Hey, if we have those, we're winning X Games.
Is it legal?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the factory actually shut down. I haven't been able to get my hands on any, so I don't know. There might be some type of health issue things going on, but legal, yes.
Those would be good driving.
Yeah,
when you're doing
them.
like the late nights driving to San Diego from Utah, and you're like,
We just did it. We just drove out to Bachelor. We were whacking them the whole way.
Wow.
Can I have one to whack on the way home?
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah,
I kind of like pops when you hit it.
Yeah, it pops, and it'll get you going. It's great. We actually we started a company as a joke because it's called Run Through a Wall Smelling Salts because after you smell it, you want to run through a fucking wall.
No, that's
what
gnarly.
Jump through my closet.
I mean, I was kind of afraid of it a little bit, but I didn't hit it. But I mean, if you hit one of those, that's like, whoa.
Oh yeah, it'll put a little lead in your pencil. And so the situation is basically
whatever that means.
We
was on your nuts.
We would fill up. We would basically buy like full bottles of them and then just take them and put them in our own bottles like individually. Like we didn't buy them wholesale. We just like buy individual packets, and we sold out of like, I don't remember what the number was, but we sold out of a psychotic amount of bottles in like an hour on our website. So there's a demand for them.
Well, no, that even it kind of smells like it'd be good if you have a bad cold or something. I mean, it opens you up.
I can see him being that. Maybe we could have him as our sales guy. Maybe we, you know, Slayco, but we could bring him on for Run Through a Wall smelling salts.
Obviously, kind of laying there.
Just before a deal, you're
okay. Axell, we gotta go. This is wee smelling sauce. Still got it. It still kind of lingers.
That shit hit hard.
This guy did used to own a nightclub.
Yeah, it's kind of lingering.
Hey, Dad, we gotta go.
We gotta get some more.
Cut.
Hey, is that the cops?
Holy fucking shit. All right.
I don't know how we got from cigars to smelling sauce. Wait, but who makes this?
Salts. They're called smelling salts, not sauce.
Wait, we're smelling sauce back there. Well, who makes this? It is pretty.
Well, dude,
I mean, it's good.
What I do, hopefully we have them back in our store by the time. I would go to bombhole.com and buy run through wall smelling salts. If we don't have them.
Oh, you guys sell them on here.
If you don't have them, Slayco96.com. For sure.
Use Slayco.store. Slayco.store if you want some wee sauce.
Wee sauce.
Wee sauce.
Yeah. So definitely used to own a nightclub. We can confirm that.
That's good.
So a lot of times we ask the guests about their setups. What board do you ride? That's what maybe the people want to know at this point if they haven't already tuned out with all this fucking debauchery happening.
I ride the Stale Rome 156. What's his board called? The what? The Mod. I'm in between that and then I rode his Cruiser. Yeah, I like it. When I had a board, I just had hand-me-downs my whole life, and then he gave me a freshie, and that thing was so stiff, I just pogoed off a knuckle and had pop. I was like,
who's he? Me or Austin?
Stale. Well, him and Stale gave me the board, but that's what I ride.
And then what about bike setup?
It depends. If I'm riding Moto, I ride a 450, but for bar bend, I run a lower bar, which is a 999. It's lower and straighter, and it's better for like cornering and stuff, and I run softer suspension, pro circuit suspension on Moto, but my jump bike, my suspension's like a 2x4. You can barely move it sitting on it, and I got 998 high bars with a shaped seat. And it depends if I'm riding ramps, I'll leave the motor stock, but if I'm hitting big jumps, I'll usually have Mitch, pro circuit, build the motor. And
so you switch motors out? Do we switch motors out?
We have like multiple bikes, so you can have different setups and
with
different
the dozen
bikes.
bikes, you can have multiple. You can have jump bikes. No, but he's got the bike set up for. He has a bike.
We
have. I have like a track bike. I have a jump bike, and then we also have a 2-stroke. So,
but no,
who built the 2-stroke? Who built the 2-stroke?
Mitch, didn't he? And Rob.
Mitch, he did the motor in it, and
that's Mitch Payton. Mitch Payton.
When we bought it, it wasn't running that good, so we brought it to Mitch Payton, the man, and he got the motor running great, and then my mechanic Robbie put it together and made it all.
Your backup mechanic. Your backup mechanic, or your.
No, that's my mechanic.
Mitch built the motor. Rob put it together.
Backup right there.
No. Mitch
the second half of we is my backup.
No, all I did is show the speed on it. Okay.
No,
they built it.
He reminds everyone where this shit came from.
Okay, got it.
yeah.
Don't forget.
Is there a Wallet Guy logo on your bike on the bike?
Actually, you know
Fender bench.
I had Fender bench.
Oh yeah, Fender bench. Yeah, what's going on with
Which
Fender?
you know what?
What happened to Fender bench?
Can
you bring it back?
I just got 2,000 of them yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I meant to put them online before I came up here, but they're gonna.
No, we did.
I have to have Wee Guy over there put it up on his Instagram so we can start selling because I got 2,000.
Yeah,
of them.
we got to put them up on an
power. Hey, let me get on the team.
Have you seen them? Have you seen the?
I've seen the Fender
bench. Thing's badass. I don't want to brag about it because it's just you look a little modest. Fender bench. So I don't sell it because I get teased too much about it. But the thing's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, you throw it on the Fender. You throw
put
your
on
T
it,
handles
you put
in
your
there.
shit on it.
Your
It's
T handles. Yeah.
I mean, every time I talk about how cool it is, Dad just bragging about it. But it's the baddest thing since Henry Ford did the Model A, dude. It's a fucking gnarly. You got to have one. So I just got 2,000 of them actually yesterday.
I don't have a mechanic like
I will get you a Fender bench
over here. I'm my own mechanic, so
I will get you. I'll send you a Fender
bench. As a
bench.
mechanic, I need one of those.
Yeah, I'll send you one.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got like 6 different compartments in it. Put all your nuts and bolts in it.
Yeah.
And, you just slide it back off, set it on the table. You're done. And I kind of came up with it because we were always going to Alcatel Wells and Glamis, and you can't. Is that the
no, it's me. I'm just adding it.
Oh, you were looking at me going.
No.
No, I remember when I was like 6, he had a cardboard cutout. He's like, this is bad.
But being a mechanic that I was, every time I worked on a bike, you know how it is. You get out there in Mammoth or whatever, you take the seat off. You're reaching over trying to grab shit off the tailgate of your truck. You're holding a bolt. You got a screwdriver in your mouth. Like, this is fucked up.
But it finally took someone to rip him off for him to put it out. He's like, someone put like a tool seat out. He's like, no way, that's my idea. The next month you had it out.
But that's how I did it. And the guy that did the CAD system for me, some other guy saw it, tried to copy it because we couldn't figure out how to attach it to the bike. So we got Velcro, it just slides over the back fender. But originally I kind of had it because the seat was where you always set your shit. And you bump the bike and everything falls on the ground. So I had it. It was called what do we call it? The seat saddle or the tray saddle? Saddle tray. And it kind of had this flange that went around the seat and just set it. But then I came up with the Velcro strap that goes on the back. It's lightweight, goes right in your gear bag. And it's just the things. It's
Slayco96.com or FenderBench.com?
You know what? It's both. FenderBench.com, Slayco96.com, Slayco.store.com,
We.com.
We.com. Okay.
Promo code bombhole for 20% off fender bench or what?
It's all because of Axell.com. It's all there. No, it's all about Axell.com.
I know how to fly a helicopter.com.
Dad, what are you doing here?
Nothing. You brought me.
It's a moto event, Axell. How'd you get here? That shit is funny, Chris. I'm glad you brought that up so we could clarify that.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you guys for coming on the show. Do you guys want to throw out any thank yous to anybody before we wrap this thing up?
I want to know where you got the name of the bomb hole.
Well, the bomb hole. Well, we had a list of names for a podcast. We had probably like 2 pages of names, and we would come up with names and we would type them in on the podcast and see if they were taken. And so a couple names maybe were, and then so that kind of weaned out some options, and then bomb hole wasn't. So we're like, all right, we'll call it the bomb hole. And the bomb hole being, when you go on a snowboard, when you go off of a jump, particularly in powder, and shit goes haywire and you land on your fucking back, you put a big hole in the landing, which is devastating because the next person going off of it, if you land in that, you're going to blow out your knee. You want to land on your feet. You don't want to put a bomb hole in there. And so when you land in the bomb, you put a bomb hole in, you fuck the landing up.
It's like blowing out a berm.
Yeah.
So that was the bomb hole. That term was already there.
The bomb hole's it's a widely used snowboard term. It's like OJ in Moto.
Yeah.
Like overjump.
Well, didn't Beavis and Bud have that, like the bung hole or something?
The bung hole. Yeah, some people call it that too. Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
That's different.
It's a little.
Do you remember? You don't remember that, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
TP for the bunghole?
Yeah, TP for the bung hole. That's what kind of where I put it together. I go the bung hole.
I'm seeing a pretty good T-shirt right there though, like TP for the bomb hole with Beavis and Butthead. Oh my god,
I like that.
We're gonna need some commission on that.
Yeah, we.
Hey,
5%.
Hey, he's learning. He said we. Did you hear that? He's figuring it out. You're gonna make $1 million. He's gonna go, hey, I brought that idea. What happened to we? Now he's getting it.
Thanks, Dad.
Wow,
No, you're supposed to say thanks, wallet guy.
It's been an informative podcast. All right, well, let's throw some. You guys have any thank yous? Or let's wrap this thing up.
No, thank you, Chris.
Yeah,
for coming on, Axell.
Yeah, Chris. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's been
And
great.
thanks, Bereman, for the question. Thanks, Mitch, for the motor. Thanks, Kawasaki, for the bikes. Thank Vinny for the helmet. Thank
Monster Energy.
Thanks
for everything.
Thanks to Alpine Star Boots. Thanks for the underwear, Kyle. Like Ethica. Thanks for the spy glasses.
Hey, look it, we got it handled.
Yeah, this guy's been ready for the podium since day one.
No, I'm gonna have to get a list.
Thank you, Stray, for the shoes.
Yeah. Thanks, Axell, for letting me be part of this.
Beyond Metals, sick vest. I'm gonna steal from Austin.
Respect.
Thanks, Mom.
There it is.
Thank you, Farrah.
Hey, happy Mother's Day, Mom. Axell.
Sunken
It's going to come out about 6 weeks after
Thank
that.
you, Dirt Shark.
Well, also, are you supposed to say something about how you're going to keep it rubber side down and you just want to keep getting on top of the podium and you're on to the next race? It sounds like you guys are on top of the podium right now, It's like a supercross.
Nah, I don't think we've been on top of much podiums, but we're out there riding. So,
all right,
expect big things from us in the future.
From who?
Instaclaim podiums. Instaclaim. Okay.
We got some Instagram podiums.
But I like it because Axell, he's got that beard down. There's no gray hair in there yet. That's coming quick.
Just
so
red.
We got to
Is that natural hair? You bleach that or what? Is that touch of gray?
No, this is my shit. This is my shit.
You haven't turned gray yet.
No,
Bullshit.
this is my shit.
That's your shit. Bullshit.
Is that a wig? It looks like a wig, dog.
You know what, Chris? I'm just happy I got it. All my brothers have no hair.
I can't he'll get a haircut next week. He'll come back. It's red. He's like, nah, they didn't touch it.
Hey, listen, Chris, see all this hair, right? See all this hair at my age, okay? Wee guy over there, okay? See how much hair in his beard, all that hair he's got? That's from Wee, okay? Me.
Oh my god. I don't know. I think it's from your other Wee mom.
Yeah, she's Italian, so.
You guys are fucking insane.
But you know what? It's kind of, you get us on the spot who to thank. I mean, I don't, that's a tough one. How about Ash? Thank Ash.
I did. I said Dirt Shark.
Yeah. But when we do it all ourselves, it's hard to thank people.
I'd like to thank me.
I'd like to thank.
I want to thank my dad for getting on his knees for years.
I want to thank myself for making Axell ride when he was crying. I want to thank Axell for being kind of tough and get back on the bike when he was crying. Okay.
You guys are psychos.
Well, that's because you had me in the back of your van with a broken femur for 2 hours. You're like, yeah, fuck the ambulance.
That was another story. He broke his femur up at Milestone. The guy said, don't go to the hospital here, man. It's terrible. They don't know what they're doing there. It's like Frankenstein was born there.
Throws me in his van.
I go, Axell, you all right? He goes, Dad, I broke my finger, my femur. And so I threw him in I brought a van on the track and a whoop section, threw him in a van, and we drove to San Diego with a broken femur. It was
2.5 hours.
I heard that's really
we got-
painful.
And we
No,
got
it was
to
an
the
hour.
wrong-
It was an hour.
No, and we got to the wrong hospital, and they took me out, and then they had to reload me in the van, and my legs like moving in the.
Well, no, you had that right. The ambulance van. I was the driver. But yeah,
No,
that,
and then
that was
you're just
bad.
pinning it and breaking it, and when he's doing that, the van's moving, and my bones going goong goong goong.
No, it was funny. It was just I was doing like 100 in the van, but just the
It's like
most.
shit, missed the exit.
It's not funny. But you
not
think back
funny.
now, it was kind of funny, but it was dangerous because I guess you get a pretty bad
Femoral artery is
Yeah.
right there. Right?
Yep. So
Well, glad it worked out.
yeah.
All right. Well, you guys
We
are
lived.
absolutely fucking.
Yeah. Hey, we made it. We made it. We did.
We made that.
It's been a great podcast. Thank you guys for coming on, and thanks for everybody that listens. And we'll see you next week. Over and out from the bomb hole.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thanks.